Though we are many, we are part of something. A force. Bigger than all of us. Our distinct fingerprints collectively shaping and forever changing what makes UConn, UConn. Forever making our mark. Forever making UConn a part of us.
Hello everybody, and what is up? Welcome back to EGFC. I'm Ritual, joined once again by Yin, straight from Fusion to the EGF cruise.
Ooh,
how's it going tonight, Yin?
We got it back to back, huh? You know we ready to spit it. I'm so excited. You know what? Just some good, solid Smash. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. And I'm joined by one of the best in the biz.
Don't make me cry, man. Don't make me cry on camera, right in front of it. But you know these comms gonna stay unbiased. But we started off with a Steve Ditto, Mr. Minecraft himself. I was saying these comms are gotta be unbiased because guess what? We've got UConn on the screen, and I'm a Connecticut thoroughbred, so this is my region, and they are getting cooking early. Just the back and forth pace racking on 67 unanswered, but this is Steve, so what does percent really mean anyways, Yin?
And that's the beauty of this set, right? Or at least this matchup right here. We got the double Steve ready to go, so even if you're getting camped out, you still got the answer in the mining. You have all the tools to fire back. And so, you know, most people, I included, hate dittos for the most part, just because when it comes down to it, you have to play in such a different way of working around those different burst options, right?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be honest though, my favorite matchup in the game is my own character's ditto. It's the snake ditto. But that being said, right, pace early on, not only has the percent lead, it's not gonna find the stock though. That block perfectly placed, but is gonna find the diamond to boot. Now with those full barrel of resources in the docket and the diamond, he has an opportunity, but he has to find a way back to stage, and the route's not gonna do it. So great job from Davey punishing that over-aggressive diamond with just no extra credit. That being said, with gold tools, he's gonna get another one fairly quickly, so both these players likely gonna have a diamond for this entire stock in.
And that is the fear, right? You at any moment could get your own diamond, but at one little hit, we'll see something like this. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful nil combos. If you don't know what a nil is, and this is, I didn't think would be as important here, but Davey's showing a little bit of it off. When you are playing Steve especially, you can do a no impact landing or a nil, where you just jump just enough to where you land on that block without taking much or any landing lag if done properly, and you could just extend those combos up to the heavens.
Yeah, it actually is no landing lag, as you said, Yen, because what happens is your ECB, it's the internal detector for collision, gets tricked into thinking you're grounded when you're actually still in the air, and so you kind of just snap down to stage. That being said, speaking of snapping, right, Davey snapping on some percent with this diamond, and Pace's early lead has all but disappeared, right? That early first diamond getting absolutely nothing has been the difference maker so far. A little bit of speed bridging coming in just to find a way back down, but now with another diamond in the pocket, this is Davey's game to lose.
Davey is doing a phenomenal job here, but Pace definitely has a lot of options now that the stock's gone. The beauty of Steve versus Steve is where you see some of this goofy stuff that happens to other characters and you're like, man, why can he do it? Don't worry, he could do it to him too. Those blocks, if you pop your opponent off stage, you just block off that ledge, and all of a sudden, your up B doesn't have a hitbox. You aren't going through those. You're going to collide, and you could just be gone for the rest of that game.
Absolutely, and block off the ledge. Dude, you are cooking on comms tonight, but speaking of cooking, it's gonna be Davey finding that F smash. And with Diamond, you know, 140 F smash is going to kill anyways. But with Diamond, you could have been at half that percent. So, I mean, what a game, number one. But that's only the first step in this crew battle. For folks at home who aren't familiar, this works a little bit differently than your traditional conquest style crews, right? You get a point for every stock you take over your opponent, right? So for a 1 stock, you're gonna get 1 point. A 2 stock, you're gonna get 2 points. A 3 stock, you're gonna get 3 points. And then when you win a set, right? Because each crew battle, each character set is a best of 3 rather than kind of cycling over the stocks. You get to get an additional 2 points for taking that set. So the score 1-0 right now. UConn definitely down a little bit, but keeping that one last stock, right? You're not too unhappy with that, especially because you had the lead until your own early SD.
And that is the beauty of the format when it comes down to it. Even getting a single game, you are getting that point right here. So all Pace has to do is clutch out this game real quick and bring it nice to even, or maybe even get a little bit of a lead if we can see a 2 or a 3 stock. Though right now, Davey is putting on the pressure if Pace wants to do so.
Yep, but with Pace and the Diamond, as well as Davey, I was about to say with no pickaxe to boot, but now a Diamond of his own. It's been Davey with the solid lead, and talk about an angle, right? Utilizing that finesse to extend your Elytra glide, find your way all the way back from the depths, and just scrapping in neutral, getting the Diamond combo started, but the extra hits done with Rage, kind of messing up some of these longer Steve strings. It's the downside of Diamond at lower percents with Rage. Some of your combos don't actually connect properly.
And that is the one issue, as you said, is you might do extra damage and you might do extra knockback.
Oh no.
Extra hits done, all of a sudden, those combos become a lot more SDI-able. And there's some moments where you aren't going to be able to connect quite as easy. That's why some players will actually opt for wood or gold at low percents to just keep those combos going through fast. Baby, though, taking a stock trade, you know what? You definitely want to take those at this point. Full stock lead now. This is looking a little bit scary for Pace.
Absolutely, just finding that block on the extension, so that's 60% off that up tilt string, swinging that axe, chopping you down to size, and trying to find a way back into this game right now. Yin, this could be a comeback in the making, with a Diamond to boot. Suddenly, from behind, Pace has found a lead, has the extra resource advantage as well. If you're David, right, you got to build that iron tool, but now you only have the one. You've got one use of anvil, one use of minecart, and without that iron in the pocket, Steve can sometimes struggle to land.
And the one issue there for Pace, though, I will say, when it's come down to it, the tech hasn't been as clean from Pace. We're seeing not only some of the follow-ups from Davey that you'd normally expect off of block, but even some nil moments where it's all of a sudden, hold up, you got the angle on the Elytra, you know where to place your bottom blocks just right to extend the combo properly. And I think that's been the issue for Pace so far, and this is the scary thing. Who knows what Davey's ready to whip out next? Do we got a TNT set up on the ledge trap or something?
Yeah, I don't expect we'll see it now. Pace with an extra Diamond to boot, but I was saying I don't expect we'll see it. They just don't have a ton of resources with that extra iron as well, right? You've just got that gold minecart online. If you're Pace, you just have so many more burst tools. Only the stone, but with the extra percent, you now have a Diamond of your own online. Both these players solidly in kill percent, but it's gonna be Pace just jumping into it. Not gonna find the stock though. One more shot. Can he close this one out? Unfortunate SD.
A little bit off on the angle. You hate to see it. But Davey gonna take that 2-1 stocks, thus 4 points on the board for Arlington.
Yes, it is. And unfortunate. At the end of the day, right, it wasn't even that Pace was really getting outplayed, right? It felt like, you know, yes, Davey's tech was a little bit more on point, but we had some really, really solid fundies coming out from Pace through most of the set. Unfortunately, when it mattered most, when it got into that clutch time, we had a few unfortunate SDs. I believe we had 2 of them, plus that Diamond mismanagement early on that really cost him the set. Even still, this is a great set for him to come back in on these VOD reviews, right? Find some learning, clean up just a little bit, and maybe find a way to take this set the next time these two play.
I think Pace had a lot right going into this Ditto. where Pace kind of understood a lot more of the neutral tools, and that's why we saw where it stayed even. And so even though Davey had the tech unlocked, we saw some beautiful nil combos landing into that jab off the block into the next fair with the pickaxe to continue that forward and dish out an extra like 30-40%. But Pace understood where they needed to position to work around all of Steve's tools. So that was doing absolutely phenomenal work for Pace. And I think, you know what, they got some talent. Just need to fix a couple of things. Maybe a little bit too nervous. Maybe that's why we saw the SVs. But look, ain't nothing that UConn can't come back from at this moment.
Absolutely. Up next, we're gonna have Phenom versus Sisu. And Yin, I mean, tell me a little bit about who these players are that we've got coming up on PS2 to start off this next set.
Alrighty, so Sisu, hailing from University of Connecticut, we're going to be seeing a little bit of Captain Falcon. You know, the spice that everybody loves to see? Well, guess what? We're going to be seeing it in just a moment. Meanwhile, Phenom, we could be seeing either Fox or Greninja. I'm down for either or. We're going to be seeing a bunch of scrapping. We're probably going to see a pretty whiff punish heavy game, especially if the Greninja comes out here. And looks like we're going to be getting the Fox, which personally makes a little bit more sense. Falcon has some really good frame data, and so it's going to be a little difficult to whip punish as well, and especially where Greninja gets the damage output. Putting the Fox on the board, this is a heavyweight fast faller in the form of Falcon. You got probably plenty of combo routes to execute here.
Yeah, and one of the things to consider as well that Phenom may have gone Fox for over this Greninja is UConn has a long history of top Greninja players in the state of Connecticut coming through their doors. At any given time, I believe there's 2 or 3 Greninjas at that school playing at a high level. So, you know, Sisu has all the matchup experience in the world. You know, you obviously have, right, Light in Connecticut playing that Fox. You've got Coffee Bug hailing over from Westchester coming down decently often as well, but just not necessarily that same level of experience at a comparable level that you might have against the Greninja. So maybe a little bit of a reason for the character pick there.
I think the other thing that lends itself well to this matchup is that Fox has phenomenal frame data, and where Falcon is going to look to try to rush in and make the most out of a mistake from an opponent. That's really hard to do against Fox. I mean, look at that back
pull out, dude.
The punish right there came from that F smash, you know? And so I think Sisu recognized the back air and just was hoping for, say, a spot dodge. Phenom getting a little too aggressive. All you needed to do was shield there.
And I mean, it was just perfectly spaced back air, right? But as you said, getting a little over aggressive, and you know, Sisu with that, you know, even if you hold shield, right, that down air from that position is safe. So beautiful option, evaluating his risk reward, gonna find that down angled F tilt, trying to find the drop zone knee, not gonna do so, but that up B command grab, gonna hold onto you, give you a nice little hug and blast you into the blast zone, but pedal to the metal, right? One of you is a fighter pilot, the other's a race car driver. This is high octane aggression right now, Yin.
Oh, 100%. And if anyone knows anything about pedal to the metal, it's Phenom on the Fox with the metal legs. And so now already putting a little bit of that boot into play with the Nair. Not getting as much off of it as needs be. I like the fact that Phenom, though, adjusting right there. Getting hit by the F tilt earlier on the illusion, and this time spacing it a little bit lower.
Absolutely. Right now, though, the up air string gonna come through, just racking on some damage. Both players trying to scrap in neutral. It's gonna be Phenom finding this platform situation, right? Getting Sisu trapped a little bit there, but sometimes your mix-up is just to keep hitting that same button. 1, 2, 3 down airs. Unfortunately, 3 strikes and you're out. Sisu not gonna find anything there, just trying desperately to swing, close out this game with a 2-stock. Give UConn a little bit of a lead, right? Trying to bring it back, claw this one back. And that, I love that up B, but it's not gonna find its mark, especially in the air. He's playing beautifully around this Fox on platform, utilizing that PS2 plat height being slightly higher than Battlefield, then small Battlefield, right? Not able to find the up smash, and unfortunately that whiff is gonna force Phenom to play a little more aggressive, gonna close out the game. Sisu with a 2-stock, so you know, already, right, doing some work to bring that one back, close that gap a little bit, Yin.
I gotta say, Sakurai did them Falcon mains a little bit dirty. He buffed that up smash a little too much for Sisu felt very comfortable throwing that out. But it works.
It's like huge.
It's so big, but it's also so low on the ending lag. And so it's not like you're gonna get punished for the most part, right?
No,
And that was
absolutely.
kind of the idea, you know?
And talk about an angle call out there, right, with that up B. Preempting the Fox angle as well. If Phenom had even mixed it up a little bit, that just would have been death from Sisu. But I respect the commitment to go all out. And, you know, one of the big things about Sisu's play is just how measured he's playing, right? You see a lot of Captain Falcons love that, you know, that hold forward, that aggression. TRL from Connecticut, Gatsby from Westchester come to mind immediately. Even Fatality, right? Love to just kind of hold that pell-mell, play that gas on full, like activate that nitrous. But right now, Sisu has just been playing just, you know, very content to slow the pace of the game down, run away, reset, and just look for these openings on a bait and punish game. And it's really been the difference so far.
I think alongside that, just having the ability to edge guard a little fastball, sadly going to take that stock. But we saw game one, Falcon has the ability to edge guard, especially against a character like Fox, where you can utilize positioning with big moves and long-lasting moves like that up air, that little bicycle kick, you know, or the neutral air as well. And you just snuff out these zones and make it so Fox has to go low, and all of a sudden, that angle, a lot easier to catch all of a sudden.
Absolutely. Right now, though, it's gonna be Phenom's advantage state, trying to make like the name great idea with the knee there from Sisu, but unfortunately just not getting that DI right. Phenom with a fantastic mix-up, gonna allow him to hold on. That up smash might be the size of Jupiter, but still not gonna find its mark there. Phenom not gonna run his way into a planet after all. You know, that fighter pilot experience gonna come in clutch.
I love the idea there. Hitting the Nair 1, trying to just snuff out the air mobility, and then understanding that most people are picking a defensive option because they think the knee is coming. So just toss that up smash, a little bit long, lingering. Didn't find its mark, but still putting a little bit of fear into Phenom. All the same, really on the back foot now. The nice thing is for Sisu, though, getting that 2-stock game 1, all Sisu needs to do to start bringing this back is if they only get 1 stock this game, then they can win the next game 2-stock, and it'll be nice even for both.
Absolutely, you know, and it's Captain Falcon as well, but it doesn't matter who you are, you get taunted. That does not feel good, but the age-old true combo of Super Smash Brothers, taunt to get bodied, coming in. Sisu gonna get on the board. Can he find his way back? This is Captain Falcon, right? Very capable of cheesing these stocks out, finding these edge guards. If only he can win a neutral.
One neutral interaction, as you said, is all you need. I think Sisu is getting a little bit aggressive on the ground play at the moment, though. And so Phenom kind of been abusing that, playing a lot more on flat and trying to stay a lot more aerial based to play around these dash attacks, these side Bs, and not allow Sisu to get as free of whip punishes and neutral interactions. Those
Absolutely, but there you go, right back on the board, Yin. Just like that, Sisu playing himself back into this game. What's funny is if you watch neutral from game 1 to game 2, you'd think the players swapped characters because, right, game 1, it was Phenom playing overly aggressive. Game 2, it's Sisu, the other one doing a great job with punishing. But right now, both these players scrapping, even though these percents might show you a huge Phenom lead. Sisu has every capability, as we saw, to bring it back. That Raptor Boost could be an opportunity, but the high PS2 platform gonna put you in a tech situation, allow you to get out of the combo. Weak hit Nair gonna close it out. Phenom taking game 2, but Sisu
had a couple of really good adaptations that game, but it all came near the end of the game, and so it was just a little too late to secure it out. It was those up airs. All of a sudden, Sisu having the understanding that, look, Phenom has turned this into an aerial play game. I'm just going to use this huge up air, just swing my foot with that bicycle kick, and I'm going to try to just connect. And that's how we saw that second stock get taken, which is crucial now because all the same, UConn has the chance to recover some ground in this final game of the set. If it's a 2-stock at even, all Sisu has to do, win the set, preferably with that 2-stock, because then tie it up nice and good, ready to go for the next one.
Absolutely, but with how even it's been so far, Yin, that is far from a guarantee, far from an easy task. UConn definitely getting things started here, right? With these game wins. Sisu definitely not a slouch, but down 3 points already, as you said, right? Just a lot of ground to make up early on. Very capable of doing it, but it's so hard when you've been playing so close. Neither player's really been able to break away so far, and the question is, what adjustments can Sisu make if he wants to close this one out?
I think it's playing that neutral just a little bit more cautious. There were a couple of dash attacks that were mad questionable, and we saw like 4, 5, 6 in a row. And so I think the big issue is that Sisu has been hard committing to a game plan without much mix-up. Because like the end of the game there too, even though it was a good adjustment to playing around that aerial play Fox to use those up airs, that's all we were seeing by the end of the game. And so already Phenom recognizing that, I just lost the stock to that. I'm going to go ahead and whip punish that with Nair into that up smash. And, you know, just making sure your play has these differences in tempo. If you're going to go aggressive, just every now and again, you put that rest with that shield, and it just mixes them up a little bit.
And we are going to head to a little bit of a different stage for that game number 3. Gone is the big old PS2. The bands were Yoshi, Lila, and Town. So they're UConn opting to take us over to Battlefield for game number 3 here, Yin. And I really like this stage counter pick. Obviously, right, Fox gets a lot off being able to juggle you, but so too does Captain Falcon. And those platforms being a little bit lower makes his Raptor boost extensions even more terrifying.
That is the fear now. Either way, both these characters can just blow you up off of these flats. So which player is going to play around that the best, and which player has that combo game ready to go? I think overall it's probably going to be Sisu though. I've seen a lot of moments where Phenom has gotten these light hits, these 2-3 pieces, but it feels like there's been a lack of understanding in how to combo a fastballer, which, you know, that's the issue when you have a game of 90 characters. There's a lot of different weights and ball speeds that you gotta learn if you want to combo some of these characters.
Absolutely, not even right, starting to mention even right, every single hitbox being different, every animation shifting that around, making it even more of a mix-up. Right now, just falling up airs, looking to win a neutral interaction. Once again, it's Phenom finding an early lead, but just falling out of that second hit up air. These are going to hold onto the stock for a second, but weak hit Nair, right, comboing into that up smash. Phenom not missing those and getting that red on the down air, but beautiful tech going to allow him to find the reversal. And Yin, this one feels like it's starting to get away from Sisu a little bit.
Just a little bit, and I think the big thing here is look at this airplay. Sisu is going for these short hop aerials time and time again, and just positioning themselves in the air. And the fear is, if you do that way too much, Fox has dash attack, which most characters, okay, that's a little bit of chip damage off a dash attack, but Fox, that means all of a sudden you are going into the blender and you are going to be in there until you're around 100%, and that's kill percent for Fox.
Absolutely, I love that cross at me from Sisu though, recognizing it safe on shield. Gonna find the double Falcon kick to take the stock. Just getting a little bit schmixy, a little bit of sauce coming in on the top of that milkshake. Gonna find the stock, keep it going. I don't think I've ever seen any Falcon use down air in neutral as much as Sisu has.
Hey, look, they've been playing some melee. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, hey, you know, I would be playing melee too if I got to run around with these characters like this. Falcon chain grab kind of go dummy right on those tech chases. Is right now, though, that up B not going to find its stock. Going to put Sisu in a bad position. Phenom capitalizing to find a backer of his own. Not going to get caught by the upper that time, and great job just finding his way slightly away from the knee. Sisu feels like he's starting to swing a little bit. He still has a way back into this game. He just needs to close the stock out, but Yin, he needs to find it quick, and right now he's just giving every opportunity in the world to Phenom.
Really throwing, and I think just throwing out those kill moves. One, it doesn't like being down a stock, and Phenom knows. Phenom has been playing so patient in this stock alone, just willing to dance around all those kill moves, take a little bit of extra damage from stray hits like that grab, just back off and not play any aggression or scrapping with this Falcon.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about that down throw, right? Forward throw would have put you a little bit further off stage, found that edge guard opportunity, but instead, right, down throw just going to put you right to ledge, giving an opportunity for Phenom to get back. These Falcon kicks worked for that one stock, but since then, just getting punished over and over. A back throw not going to do it from center stage. And this time, again, right, Phenom not going to fall for that early Falcon kick to catch you off stage. This time, though, back throw gonna do it. Fox, not the heaviest man in the world, and the taunt boot. Can see to avoid getting bodied here. Can he close this out? At least put UConn down one. No, he cannot wait. Maybe one more chance again.
This is where your do or die moment happens. You got to make it work. The beautiful thing is you're playing a character like Falcon. You got plenty of ability to do so. You just got to play patient and find that one single hit. And look at these up airs coming out. At this point, if I'm Phenom, I'm just playing a slow grounded game. That up smash right there, that's the idea. If I know you're jumping, I'm swinging at the air. You jumping, I'm swinging at the air. That's all I'm saying. And Phenom taking that set right there.
And the worst part of that is if he opted for anything other than that down air, right? He could have looked for a narrow one into a combo extension. He could have looked for a grab. He would have found it. But instead, trying to get a little tricky on those resets, just one too many times, right? He had that down that opportunity on platform as well, and again went for a down air, which allowed that situation to even happen in the first place. And unfortunately, it's going to be Sisu's, you know, criticism of Captain Falcon's posture, right? Stretching you out with all those down airs that's gonna cost him the game.
Hey, look, he's been doing some yoga. He's just trying to show it off, you know?
Man,
look, I've been stretching these muscles. Let's get ready to roll.
Well, no, I mean, trainer, right? Stretch those shoulders, stretch those legs. But the only thing you're stretching there are those scorpion kicks, right? As unfortunately, it's gonna be Fox taking it, right? You have the opportunity to find the tech chase, you fake that full hop up air, but you go for it again, and you just didn't need to look for that. It looked like maybe it was intended to be a short hop, which maybe would have allowed it to connect, but the full hop coming out instead, gonna unfortunately allow that game to go the way of Phenom, at least unfortunately for UConn, because Arlington very, very happy, sitting up 8-2 so far, and, you know,
still pretty doable.
UConn, I'm just gonna say, UConn.
They lose another game though.
Where's all your Terry players? where's your Greninjas? Where's Obi? Where are they at?
Come on, you had a solution.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, yo, where's your A team, y'all?
I'm interested to see what we get next here. This could be a do or die game at this point, unless you blow them out in the last 2 sets, you know?
No, absolutely. You have the opportunity to claw this one back, but as you said, ways to go indeed. Speaking of ways to go, though, this is a way to go for a matchup. Rob Ganondorf, definitely not undoable. We've seen Seabass do it at Fusion before, but, you know, as far as matchups go, right, Ganon is a character that once he loses neutral, really doesn't have tools to reset it, and you know what character just excels at smothering you in neutral up close at range? It's Rob.
And that's the thing that's got me curious. You sent in the Ganon in the do or die moment. I've got some questions, UConn. That's all I'm saying. Look, maybe this Ganon could be built different. Don't get me wrong. I've never seen Utopia. Maybe, just maybe, he got the sauce of heaven on his side.
I mean, it's certainly possible. I love that attempt at that command grab. Unfortunately, that wizard grab not gonna find its stock. Maybe looking for a wizard kick, gonna find it there on cue, but instead it's gonna cost him getting grabbed. And unfortunately, right, this Ganon pick, as you said, just not working out right now yet.
And that's the thing when you play Ganon, especially against a character like Rob, is not only Rob have all the tools he needs to snuff you out inside of these neutral interactions. You get off stage once, that gyro, that laser, down air, side B. I mean, Beastly has his imagination to work with.
Oh no, did he put himself too far? No, he didn't, just barely. Those magnet hands coming in clutch. The Nemodium in Ganon's hands, just allowing him to snap back to stage. Gonna find a sour spot down air. Looking like Sisu for a second, if I do say so myself.
You saw the Sisu play, he's like, hold up, let me snap some of that for mine, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Saw
right,
some of
just
that garlic. He's like, let me put it in the cooking.
absolutely, but right now the only one cooking is Beastly, right? Putting all of that on the burner, but Utopia not gonna get caught out by the up air DI mix-up. Find a way back to stage. I love the routing, right? Using that early side B, trying to find a reversal, but unfortunately that scoop hitbox just a little too big.
Just a bit. I do love the placement of the gyro there from Beastly, right? Because even if Utopia didn't get hit by that gyro immediately,
Oh,
it still
no.
puts itself at the ledge, and either it sets up into that up smash or it keeps Utopia from punishing. So
Yeah, and talk about a route back to stage, right? Trying to find that down air to boot. Unfortunately, even with good DI, which that certainly was not, right? That up air gonna take the stock at that percent. And once again, it's just gonna be UT Arlington coming up just in dominant fashion, right? That was a two stock 10-2, and Yin, you really only need 15 points in this format to really secure a victory. So 5 away now. You mentioned it was do or die time before for UConn. I mean, this game is about as do or die as it gets.
Here's the thing. 15 points. It might not happen this game, but I mean, even a 2 stock puts you at 14. That's horrifying if you're at UConn.
Absolutely, Yin, right? They'd have to clean sweep it from here on out if they want to find a way back in this. I love the attempts at the gyro combos from Utopia. He clearly knows what he's doing with that item, but just, right, hasn't been able to find the mark because he hasn't looked for any of these grabs. He hasn't really conditioned Beastly to not shield, so those gyros only finding that big red bubble instead. And right now, it's just Utopia, again, trying to find his way past this wall of projectiles, this wall of down tilts, doing a better job on Smashville. But even if he wins this game, Ian, he's still got a whole nother one to go.
For real. I do like this stage pick, though. Ooh, beautiful call out with that F smash. I mean, what were you going to do there if you were Beastly, right? You're going to jump, and guess what? You are getting swatted. But as I was saying, this stage pick is absolutely amazing for Utopia. Gonna lose the stock all the same. Beastly just able to force it out. But
yeah, right.
Drinking down the stage, pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't give you room to get away, but you know who else it's good for? Rob, because they can just do that, Ian. And now, just a quick 0 to death, no double tosses needed here on Smashville, and you're just trying to find a way back into this, find a way back down to stage. You have to take the stock quick. Ganon can do it with 4 hits, but you actually have to land them first, and it's just so hard to reset against a character who has a move for every situation in the way that Rob does.
Yeah, Utopia getting a little bit aggressive with that up smash. That could have been really, really good right there, but holding it a little too long, and now catching the back air. That is going to be 14 points on the board. Beastly shutting down Utopia within minutes.
Yeah, and it's just like, what an unfortunate way for it to end, right? It felt like Utopia was doing so much better, and then he just got hit by a nair into a gyro at 0, into a fair, into a rotor.
Game until that.
Yeah, no, me too. Dude, that F smash read was insane. It was so good. He got him with the Doria, but instead, right, this was also a huge difference maker. That gyro, he put himself just with that early side B, didn't snap to ledge, and, you know, the gyro forcing the air dodge out, and there, right, there's that double toss coming in, closing out the game on a 0 to death. It's just so hard for Utopia to get down. Finally, the El Diablo gonna come in clutch, close it out. Just Beastly's micro spacing here, fading back, playing just outside of the Ganon's burst range, saying, hey, you not only do you not have a great burst range, you don't have great frame data or great speed, so there's nothing you're really going to catch me out with. So just fantastic spacing from him, able to play in that mid range, close out the game in very, very solid fashion.
If you're UConn, you have to put it all out on the table right now. The most points you could get right here. If you 3-stock both games, you don't drop a game from here, you 3-stock every game, you get 16 points. So you can end at 18-14 if you 3-stock for each one of those. Yeah. Either way, even if you're letting it get close, you are going to have to secure a lot right here. You have to get at least 2-3 stocks, and dropping a single game adds at least another 3 stock there.
Yeah, and you know, the players we're gonna have right for that all on the line, Yin, are gonna be Smoke and Cringe. I know you were a little excited about potentially seeing Smoke out here, so tell me a little bit about these two.
So for Smoke, we have an Inkling, which is cool, you know. Inkling, pretty uncommon character at this point. Used to be very, very common back in the day.
Fortunately, kind of struggles to kill, dude.
just a bit. But on the other hand, Smoke also plays Pikachu. And let me tell you, Pika's amazing, unless you're playing against Cringe. Because Cringe plays Ness. Good luck!
I mean, yeah, that's one of the worst matchups. Just, you know, of every top tier, nobody has a more lopsided matchup than any of the top 5 contenders, really, than Pikachu versus Ness, Pikachu versus Game & Watch. But we're not actually gonna see it. It's gonna be Smoke busting out neither of the characters we thought we were gonna see, instead opting for that zombie, you know, resurrecting his matchup hopes just a little bit maybe here. But Ness, right, with all these great tools in this matchup, you have super active hitboxes, is very good movement, and that PK fire to kind of deal with these minecarts, deal with these blocks from range. The question is just, how can you slow the pace of the game down? How can you keep yourself on stage to avoid getting put in a situation like this where you have to get out of the corner, which is kind of where Ness can struggle sometimes against a character with as many mix-ups as Mr. Minecraft himself.
This Steve is cooking so much for not being on the character sheet, let me tell you. I have already seen proper wall knowledge where we've seen the 2 into just a little bit of a fade back on that 3rd and final block to try to help mitigate some PK fire ability. We've seen some play with like the down tilt off stage, some combo play. So far, Smoke is showing some pretty good proficiency with this character.
Absolutely, and speaking of proficiency, unfortunately, no matter how good you are, how proficient you are with your character, even the best folks in the world, SD, sometimes in Cringe, unfortunately, with a little bit of a stock, a little too close to his own name there, right, with that SD just kind of going the wrong way. Now, on PS2, right, once that dirt's gone, you're not going to get any more. Great situation for Smoke, because that means all your walls are going to last just a little bit longer, and right now, I mean, it feels like Cringe just hasn't been able to hit it.
Yeah, and here's the scary thing though too, is Cringe needs to get a win here. And the issue is if you lose this game alone, you then have to you and your next partner who comes behind you can't drop a game.
Can't drop a stock.
Can't drop a stock.
Yep, and looking for the down into the pick grab, the great SDI from Smoke, finding his way out of the situation right now. Again, great call out on that backer though. So Cringe trying to play himself back into this game. It all starts with 1 stock, but with Diamond on deck, right? It's just such a terrifying situation, especially when you've got another one as your active tool. These Diamond F smashes swinging left and right, and I mean, you can just afford to if you're Smoke, right? Because you have nothing to fear.
Oh, 100%. Diamond pickaxe though breaking. This is the moment where you got to get in on that kill. I love the acknowledgement there from Cringe, though, understanding that if they swung at that block, that F smash was not far behind.
Absolutely, right? Block. Oh my god, and the taunt into the minecart to boot. Taunt to get bodied. Talk about taunt to body. The JV3 gonna come out, but Cringe at least saving themselves a point here. So not the worst case scenario, but you know, pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. You can
drop 1 stock.
Yeah, you can drop 1, as you said, 1 stock from here on out. Right now, Yin, though, I mean, the question is just, how are you going to get in? And we saw that F smash, that Diamond F smash on the block. People know that when you hit a block, it extends your hitbox, right? Because it puts you in hit stun. What they don't know is it stales your moves. Fun fact, if you hit block, it stales your moves. So it might come up, but it doesn't really matter when you just do as much knockback as that F smash. Going right back to PS2 now. Cringe, you know, putting his head down, getting just a little bit scared for a second, opting to slow things down, but that's a lot of free resources you just gave Smoke.
Yeah, and now the gold tools are on deck, and these are so good for the combo game. So when it comes down to it, gold is as strong as the iron tools, but they're like a frame or two faster for all of their
2
moves.
frames faster. Yeah, and while 2 frames doesn't sound like a huge difference, right? It absolutely is. It makes it just way harder to contest. It makes your moves link together for so much longer, and it makes this scary stuff like that F smash just even harder to deal with.
Oh, 100%. And now the diamond already on deck. Cringe is that kill percent. One back air is all Smoke needs to shut down almost all these hopes here. Smoke not going to get punished for that missed Elytra, though.
And opting for that down smash there, trying to cover right both ledge and the roll. Instead, though, oh, you know, an up smash would have covered the jump, and Smoke gonna see, hey, that's a down smash animation, you're facing away, so the jump is what I'm gonna opt for to find a way back. Now doing it again, and there's that up smash, right? Trying to call out the option from last time, but this time, as we said, right, Smoke mixing it up, kind of catching on to that pattern. I love the magnet to find a way back, but just the inability from Cringe to continue these ledge traps, one of Ness's strongest points, has really been the difference maker so far.
Cringe is playing so much better this game compared to the last. He's playing really well around a lot of Steve's tools here, avoiding a lot of these ledge traps, these edge guards, and Cringe finding the stock right there. Still got an opportunity to seal this out and bring it back.
And that backer was so smart too, because not only right, he let Smoke come in, realizing where that block was, and saying, I'm gonna let you come in just far enough that you're not gonna be able to DI down into it to stay alive. So just great awareness from Cringe on that micro spacing, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good your spacing is, you still gotta deal with Diamond, somehow finding a way around the anvil though, so gonna stay alive for just a second. Nope, not on PS2 Yin. One more lease on life, can he find that extra credit?
Alrighty, we're starting to get a little bit of cooking going. That PK Fire, one of the best tools. Look, if you want to learn how to cook, just utilize a little bit of fire. It'll get it nice and toasty, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you know what doesn't taste real good when it's cooked? Rotten flesh, right? That's what you gotta cook with right now. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little surprised, because this is online, that we're not seeing more PK Fires come out. Because, I mean, if you've ever played Elite Smash, you've heard one sound effect from Ness and one sound effect from Ness only.
For real. That is the one issue. Look, if you're going to be cooking with fire, you are going to catch some smoke. And Smoke firing right off, showing a little bit of that diamond tool utilization. I mean, almost 30% off of one swing. And it wasn't even a smash attack.
No, sir, at all. And as well, like, Smoke's ability to consistently get out of these down tilts, right, which confirm into grab at the right percents, have just been very impressive. Now just that PK Fire going to be slightly mistimed to deal with the minecart. You're going high. I love the mix-up to avoid that block down smash, because it just got telegraphed a little early. But you know what wasn't telegraphed? The swing and the miss. And even though it's Ness with the baseball bat, it's going to be Steve hitting the home run.
100%. And now down to the last stock. Cringe here, just trying to put in some work and trying to get this game back in order. 155%. We're right in that kill range.
Yeah, and these routes, right, to come back to stage from Cringe have been so smart against Smoke. Racking on the percent right now. It's starting to get away from him just a little bit. You have the ability to close this one out, but you need to play it perfectly. You need to find the stock. You need to get rid of this. But even once you do, there's a whole nother diamond to boot. If he gets a second one in the tank, I'm worried that might be game. Got the Nair, though, using that crafting table, too, to just extend the hitbox slightly, so it's gonna find its stock. Once again, beautiful awareness from Cringe, but is it gonna be enough?
That is the question. Now we're getting the Bear Train looking for the spike, too. That definitely could have been a beautiful game ender right there. Just not quite able to connect it. Smoke, one trick you need to learn. If you want to do anything well in Smash and not get hit by some of these crazy confirms, take your stick and hold away. And Smoke applying that beautifully to avoid a quick game ender there.
Absolutely. I love the patience in the shield on the platform, right? Just forcing a little bit of an overcommitment to find a more favorable position in center stage. Age sitting beside that block to avoid the minecart as well, right? It's Cringe, his spacing has been perfect, but then he just gets a little over aggressive, right? Pushes buttons just a little too quickly, which is definitely something Ness is far often guilty of. And that's really when Smoke's been able to consistently find these stocks. You have a juggle situation, though. Can you make it count?
Not quite, and then Smoke just placing themselves right outside of range of that PK fire, though this time Fringe finding that fair. And this is where a little bit of the struggle comes in, but Smoke, beautiful placement off the Elytra, aware that the up smash was going to be coming out, that brutal yo-yo, and then going ahead, connecting the back air off of reaction. Beautifully done by Smoke.
And on top of that, I love that Elytra mix-up, right? Opting to go to ledge every single time. That time just saying, I'm going to just come straight at you. You're not going to be ready. Nobody remembers this move has a hitbox. It's real dumb. So, see ya. You know, right, that was the first time. Yeah, why does it come with up smash? Why?
He needs it. Not really.
Sakurai just looked at Steve and said, what can we give him? Oh, he doesn't have enough. Let's give him this. Oh, this too. And that time too, like that up, we also called out the up smash, right? It was the first time Cringe was actually on lock for the timing if you went low, and it was just, Smoke was already ready for it. Like Smoke's ability to be one step ahead, think these, right, see these adjustments, and, you know, see the adjustments and pre-adapt to them before they were made was just incredible, yeah.
Now, last up to bat, we got one of the funnest characters, at least in my opinion, to watch. We got Jared rocking the Diddy Kong, maybe the Mithra. I'm hoping for Diddy. Or Donkey Kong.
I was gonna say yesterday was Monkey Monday, but guess what? It's Monkey Tuesday today. Making Mars happy with the purple Donkey Kong and the snake to boot. It's just gonna be, and you know, I'm very happy. These are probably my two most played characters in this video game. Beautiful job right here early on from Army Oil, just slowing this pace of play down, using these platforms with the C4, right? Just controlling a whole third of stage at once. And on PS2 or lower, that C4 actually hits below platform. And with a character as big as DK, it's just impossible to get away from.
And that is the one fear, is DK's a big body, so there's plenty of moves that Snake's going to be able to go ahead and connect, not to mention that Nikita off stage.
Yeah, and you saw that down throw at ledge. So down throw F tilt confirms on Donkey Kong regardless with how big he is, but down throw at ledge actually confirms as early as 90 on the entire cast into that F tilt, even if it doesn't otherwise. Why? Because that F tilt, when you do it, the animation pushes your opponent off ledge out of that miss tech animation, and so they kind of just slip back vertical. You connect the F tilt and it closes it out super early.
And see, the other fear that we are seeing that you have to acknowledge is the DK main, especially against the Snake. Look, those dash attacks nowhere near as safe as they would normally be. Those grenades are going to be on the ground at any and all times, and you're just looking to activate them.
Yep, and, you know, right now, just trying to find a way through. I love the monkey punch, right? Just to contest the Nikita, find a way back. But that down air frame 6 off the ground with that jump squat. Frame 3 in the air, it's so active. It does 24%. And Snake's damage output is just absolutely absurd, but it's not going to matter because when you miss your wave bounce and unfortunately just come off a little bit short of ledge. The biggest story of that game was Jarrett's inability to really get Snake off stage at any point, because once you do, like DK with an up air, if he goes high, with all the spikes in the world, if he goes low, you have fantastic tools to deal with Snake, right? To keep him from getting back to stage. But at the end of the day, you know, if you can't put him there, it doesn't matter.
Oh, 100%. Army Ollie just knew exactly how to best extend these advantage states. And we saw so many time and time again where, all right, I got the one hit, but you better be ready for the next 10 coming through here. So, yes, I mean, just absolutely beautiful.
And, you know, one game, all that separates Arlington from victory here. Army Oil now going to DK, trying to maybe get a... Thank you. Army Ollie trying to get a little bit of just, you know, maybe the ditto going on, but instead Jared says, oh, you're going to give me the Donkey Kong? Well, I'm going to go with my main, you know, have a little bit of a rare party here on the stage and maybe try and just take a game, right? At least get yourself on board in the garbage time.
That is... At this point, this is very rapidly becoming child abuse. I got a couple of problems, but you know what? They're in the stadium. This is where you got to be beating your nephew if you're going to be doing it.
I mean, yeah, make him like the Mario movie, right? Just a little bit. You see, right? He goes into that full stadium. You've got that crowd in the background. The banana could have been a huge combo, but just gonna miss that extension. And unfortunately, reset to neutral. Still trying to close out this first stock. You have an opportunity. F smash though, not gonna do it. Mr. Monkey gonna be a big boy.
And this is the fear right now. Look at that angry face on DK. You know that means that he's gonna SD and not have the punch on deck anymore.
Man,
I was
yeah,
so ready for the punch, and then it got taken away.
You know when you get like so frustrated with yourself and you just tilt yourself out of playing the game? That's what Donkey Kong did there. He tilted himself out of the stock, said, GG's, let's go next.
He was
but
so frustrated.
Man, and you know, now right, he's got to be frustrated sitting in the ledge, trying to get away from this speed, from the frame data and the movement that his little nephew Diddy Kong offers. Whereas right, flipping around you just like a gnat, you're trying to swap, but you know, now he's fed you. You got your banana, you're pretty content, you're pretty happy, and can you find a way to close it out?
All right, and speaking of closing out, offstage interaction, that is one of the scariest places to be against DK. So many ways for him to steal a stock. And just holding shield there, looking for that monkey kick, but not going to find the punish off of it. That could have ended that stock right there.
And oh no, that move, people keep forgetting. I believe it was 12.0. Second to last patch of the game, they buffed that hitbox. It's way bigger than the animation makes it look now. And just catching you out from almost a third of the way across the stage, right? Just fantastic awareness from Army Ollie, trying to just close out this two stock. A little bit of a ways to go, and Jared just trying to keep it close.
And this is the thing, if you drop this stock, if Army Ollie drops the stock, suddenly Jared has the room to play. Diddy Kong has some brutal combo game and can just dish out so much damage between the nairs, the grabs. So right now, Army Ollie needs to play a little bit more patient, and we're starting to see it. Got the DK punch on deck, but it don't matter. You're gone.
Yep, making it look like Tweak at Summit 3, right? The way he hit that banana down air, but just stuck at ledge, right? It's all on the line. Donkey Kong might not have the best neutral in the world, might have one of the best worst disadvantage states in the game, but he makes up for it with this oppressive advantage. That being said, Army Ollie not able to get it cooking too hard right now, just trying to catch this flying monkey. And Yin, I mean, this is still anybody's game.
Oh, 100%, and that's the fear, especially with the banana out there. We got the dash attack. Not gonna. I thought for a moment that might start me cooking, but all the same, Jared keeping Army Ollie oppressed for a minute there.
Absolutely, the flip kick gonna allow you a way back. I love that B reverse banana, right? Just to shift your hurt box a little bit, dodge right underneath DK's attack, swinging those arms around left and right, trying to swat this monkey, but you're not gonna find it until you do. What a wonky hitbox. It looked like it was the sour spot maybe connecting, then the sweet spot, but nope, it was, again, that tech with the DI into boot, right? You're not gonna find, again, that grounded tech in that position, which is why it sent behind him? Oh?
Yeah. And that Army Ollie just bringing down the hammer, saying, look, I'm done here. We've toyed with you enough. Send it out. 24-2. And Arlington sealed it up.
And again, I mean, speaking of that being it, right? Speaking of being said, we're done here. You know what else? We're done here with this crew battle. We are gonna cut away for just a minute before coming back with an interview from one of the players. Oh, no interview. Okay, so no interview for you folks. So that's gonna be it for us for this here crew battle. But don't go anywhere because we have another one coming up real quick.
The world needs solutions.
Like now.
We need more voices.
More voices?
More voices.
Not less.
We don't build barriers.
We tear them down!
I learn from great books, but I write my own story.
And look to the future.
The world needs me.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and all you lovely people in between, you
Hey,
know
me.
what it'd be. Yo,
Got
Yin
him.
on the
Anyways.
mic. It's Yin on the mic, joined by the immaculate Ritual. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and I'm doing even better finding out that you've learned new words since last night. So I'm so proud of you.
Look, I opened up the dictionary, brought out my thesaurus. I've been reading up. But you know what? I don't need to read up on Idaho versus Colorado. I get to sit back, chillax, watch, see what they've got cooking.
I'm so... What is it with me and not being able to give unbiased comms tonight? Fun fact about CU, both of my siblings go there. So neither of them, well, actually, that's not true. One of my brothers is a melee player there, but not an ult player. So not gonna be in this crew battle unless he's doing something I don't know about, which is entirely possible. It would be really funny. All I'm saying is if we see a Char on the screen today, then that's gonna be real awkward.
It's okay. I'll balance out because, you know, you're down for University of Colorado, but you see, I had a cow that I used to hang out with that goes to University of Idaho, you know. They were lacking a little bit in attendees out there, so.
Yeah, I mean...
Ritual vibing to that button check. That guy loves potatoes for true, though.
You gotta sometimes you gotta vibe to the button check. Like sometimes you gotta cast the button check. Sometimes you gotta vibe to the button check. Tonight's just a vibe, dude. You just gotta chill sometimes, you know. Not all of us can be as illustrious as you.
Look, you know what? I'm just trying to bring up the skill level up to me, Ritual. I thought you were gonna make me contend and contest with you. And then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna chill, sit back, and take a nap during the button check. And I'm like, Ritual, come on.
Dude, I already schooled you.
Meta Knight?
All I'm saying is I already schooled you during the intro, so I don't know why you needed anything, why I needed to put on anything else.
Hey, one point on the board doesn't mean the game, all right?
I don't know. Well, you know, speaking of points, right? Asta, Gigafo, and Slatty gonna both try to get some on the board for their respective schools right now. It's gonna be Samus versus Meta Knight here on PS2 as both players just looking for a little bit of a scrap, but it's gonna be that oh god, that screw jump that's gonna be able to find just the first little bit of damage. Meta Knight combo gonna come through, but not able to close it out yet.
I was hoping so much. I wanted to see the little Meta Knight combo. Meta Knight's so just mwah, mwah. And I'm down for it, you know. This character, very whiff punish heavy. The issue is you're playing against a character that don't want to whiff. It's just charge shot, missiles, but it doesn't matter. We're going on the up air train. No connection on the side B. That could have been so good there.
One of the big struggles in this matchup for Meta Knight, right, is how do you find ways in past this wall of projectiles also on the ground? Because when you're forced to jump, Samus has that fair, that up air, that Zare, right? Fantastic anti-air tools to just keep you at bay, outranges even your sword. So, you know, that's really the question on paper, but Asta's been doing a fantastic job finding ways in, not able to close out the stock, but has given himself plenty of opportunities.
It's that movement speed. That's what you need if you want to get it on a zoner, especially the likes of Samus. I will say the height does help a little bit for Meta Knight, where Samus struggles a little bit to hit those smaller characters, at least off of the aerial play. Unless you could come in with that nair and that back air, then all of a sudden it gets a little bit terrifying.
Absolutely. Speaking of terrifying, though, what a terrifying way to start off. Nearly 2 minutes in, you've been going back and forth the whole time, but you lose your first stock to an SD. Not where you want to be, but you managed to redeem yourself, right? Limit that extra credit, find the stock, and keep this one close, Ian.
I love the idea with the movement right there. Using the dimensional cape to pop up and above the ledge and then just down tilt into that down smash. Beautiful way to clean up that stock right here. And now all of a sudden we are into the blender. These Meta Knight combos have been doing a pretty good job of cleaning up a little bit of percentage, and Asda has been willing to let him rip at a moment's notice. Oh, hold up. Little bit of an issue with your mic, Ritual. Don't worry. I'll carry you for a moment here. Right now, Asda, though, just putting on the pressure, finding that dash attack and everything. Slatty, a cool 92%. This is a little bit worrisome. I do want to see a little bit of aggression come out from Asda with, say, a up B out of shield and everything. Just because that move can be so brutal and make that shield such a much more scarier option when it comes to trying to play around Meta Knight. Finding the tornado. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, dude. I just like look down and suddenly I see a message saying, hey, you're not talking, what's going on? And I'm like, where'd I go? Don't know what happened. My mic just lost power. That's all I'm saying. And you know who else lost power? That Samus suit for just a little bit, because this is a last stock game on our hands. These charge shots coming in, saying you have a little bit extra left in the tank. Asta's got to find a way off this ledge and out of this corner. Samus so good at keeping you there, but not managing to pin down this elusive bird. Or bird?
Oh,
I don't know. What is he?
He's a Kirby, I think. He's a Kirby! I've got confirmation.
He's a curb. He's a curb with the word. That's all I'm saying.
And all of a sudden, after one little Meta Knight combo and a conversion off of advantage, we are back in the game, and we are taking that too with the dash attack into up B. You gotta be careful around Meta Knight, because he will just pull the trigger at a moment's notice.
Yes, you will. And I mean, what fantastic stuff, right? For Asta to manage to close that game out with as close as it was, as back and forth. But at the end of the day, right, as you said, right, when Meta Knight finds those ladders, it's hard to contest him. This character doesn't really rack on the most damage until he does. And Asta managed to kind of keep you guessing, keep it going, and when it mattered most, was able to really just close up, clutch out, and just bring us all the way to just one more game.
I think the big thing when it comes to playing against Meta Knight is you have to have your recovery routes on deck, and you better have some, at least a little bit of SDI ready to go. Otherwise, all of a sudden, they are definitely going to take that check all the way to the bank and will be cashing in on it.
Yes, sir, indeed. Right now, though, one game up, 1-0. This is still a very, very close early on, right, crew battle between Idaho and Colorado, two states in the Midwest dueling it out for that cornfield supremacy. But, you know, right now, Yin, right now, who do you have in this game two? Do you think we're going to see a game 3 coming out, or do you think Asta's going to take it in 2?
Here's my curiosity. Slatty does have a PT that could be brought out. And I think Samus can struggle to an extent, at least in the edge guard. You know, there were a lot of moments where even though Asta only got one quick combo, it led into that edge guard scenario, and it was so horrifying to play against as Samus. A character that doesn't have the best air drift or recovery routes as an option to get around that edge guard play that Meta Knight wields to an extreme. And so I am a little bit curious if we'll see a character switch. Either way, I think it's pretty early to tell, but that Meta Knight just felt like it had the clutch, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, dude, that Meta Knight was going kind of dummy, if I do say so myself. Right now, though, we're gonna see that battlefield counter pick. So Slatty opting to remove those platforms, right? Take a little bit more space. Yeah, it gives Meta Knight a little bit of room to dance around you, but it also gives him nowhere to go to get away from these anti-airs, from these charge shots, from the barrage that you're gonna throw out. And I really like this counter pick as a result.
And already we are starting to rack up some damage and might, not quite, be a stock, sadly, for Asda. But Slatty, you know, just holding on for dear life, barely peeking into that corner. That's the thing you got to be ready for at a moment's notice, is just pocketing that DI to avoid death. And now just putting the pressure on with those charge shots.
absolutely. The bombs, though, gonna manage to keep that ledge trap going for just a little. The dash attack, though, gonna allow Asta to get back to stage. Slatty's had a lot of really good ideas, a lot of really good calls, but then just overcommitting a little bit and allowing Asta the opportunity to reset and find his own advantage in the reversal.
I love that bomb usage off stage from Slatty to just give a little bit of an extra option inside of stalling off stage and avoiding some of those kill options that Asda has been throwing out and finding the charge shot on the jump. First stock going over to Slatty.
Making like Waddy just a little bit with just how fantastic he was, right? Reading that charge shot off of the ledge. Gonna find the ledge trap, keep things going. Right now, though, it's just kind of the Asta show a little bit. Gonna find the dimensional cape mix-up. You haven't seen that one kill since Brawlian.
No, I have not. And I think that is one thing that helps out Asta here, is having the Wi-Fi here to kind of help make that a instantaneous burst option. I mean, how are you going to react to that? How are you? You aren't. That's the answer.
No, sir, not at all. And that F smash as well, right? Just as hard to react to. Just trying to rack on some damage, mix up these smash attacks, try and continue the pressure. But Meta Knight, right, if he drops those combos, those 0 to deaths, sometimes can struggle to put you back off and do it all again. Asta's ability to mix his way back to stage has been on point so far, Yin. But the question is less, how does he get there and what does he do once he does?
Oh, 100%. Keeping it nice and even, though I think both of these players have done a really good job of shutting down their opponent's disadvantage. And I think that might be the big thing is, all right, which player is going to start negating some of this damage that they're taking?
I love that down tilt, even though it didn't find its mark, but unfortunately the jab to boot gonna cost you your stock. Asta now 1 stock away from getting forced into a game 3. Does not want to head there, that's for sure, but you have the opportunity at 100%. You can totally close this out. You just need to find a way back to stage, get in, get one edge guard. Here's your opportunity. But again, that Samus anti-air just so hard for Meta Knight to contest.
Beautiful pressure right here from Slatty. Just utilizing the bombs to make every single option at that ledge play scary, and then trying to lock down the ledge trap with the charge shot. I'm just playing it nice and patient, but Asda finding the stock off stage. That's all it takes. One little edge guard and you are gone and out of there.
Yes, sir, you are. This is Asda's opportunity. Are we going to see game 1 again? Maybe the Upbeat somehow finding his way back to stage. I know from your face that they can't see. Asda did not expect it, not ready for the recovery, not ready for the dash attack follow-up, and just gonna cost him. We've got a game on our hands, we've got a set, and we are going to a game number 3 right now.
The crazy thing is, Asta was so close to shutting that down at 0%. So Meta Knight, just like, I know Meta Knight's a little obscure, so I'm going to take you down the route of another character for 5 seconds. No, it's not just because they're on my hat. It's also because I'm biased towards this character. I played them for 2 years. All right, fair.
Wait, you're a Pikachu player?
Oh man,
I don't think we can be friends anymore, man.
Hey, hold up. That character's high. All right, that character's sick.
No, I'm I'm fully with you. I actually, you know, all memes aside, I used to play Pikachu myself, so you know.
Okay, I've been dropping them.
What? You've been dropping them?
Yeah, Pika's hard.
Pika is hard. That's true.
The other thing is there's so many different playstyles you have to know for different matchups, and I don't got the time or the skill to do it. I'm not gonna lie. And there's not another Pika player inside of Utah, so I'm just like, well, cool. I'm gonna switch to a different character. Who knows who? Yeah. Maybe I'll just mess around. I'm a commentator, all right? I'm retired, basically.
Bro, I'm
retired.
Catch me 0-2 to 2-2ing at my own locals, you know? But that's how it goes sometimes, you know. Maybe you can get a little bit lucky, make it happen, get a little bit cute with some of that sauce. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, did we lose Yin? We did just for a second, but it's just me here, so you gotta hang out with yours truly, Ritual, on the mic, kind of just moving and grooving, as we are gonna figure out real quick whether it's going to just be me or whether we're gonna cut away, put things on hold for a second, work out some technical difficulties. But until then, you know, how's it going, folks? Because it's been a fantastic night, and you know, while I don't have chat up, while I can't actually interact, I hope y'all are having a good one out there, because it has been, you know, it's such a long season right now with college, with everything else going on, and you know, if you're able to, whether it's play in one of these events or just kind of make it out here, have some fun, keep it all going, you know, we're so glad you can join us. That being said, though, we're just kind of waiting to see who comes up next. And we are losing it. We are running it right back to FD with these two players as we get in to game number 2. It's just gonna be me. Yin, unfortunately, maybe slightly vanished. From what I assume the internet went out. It happens sometimes, even to the best of us. But instead, we're just going right back to FD. Asta, interesting choice for game number 3. But, you know, it's coming after, or Battlefield Town and Small Battlefield have been banned. So, you know, with the optimal platform layouts for Meta Knight gone, I totally could understand. You know, that being said, an early stock from Asta gonna put him on the board early, allow him to maybe not let this one go the way of game number 1. The charged F smash, you were lucky you're at that low of a percent, and it's FD because it's not gonna close it out just yet. Again, Asta's disadvantage incredible. Those mix of finding ways back to stage when it matters most, but just an advantage state. Gonna get a ladder. This could be a stock right now, and gonna find it. Asta doing the work early, going up 2 stocks to 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a minute into this game, and there is 1 stock left for CU. This is insane. I am so happy to be bringing this to you right now. Boy, what has Yin decided to miss at this particular moment? I don't even know. Looking for another dash attack into ladder, but Slatty gonna find a way out into this reversal, has in a corner situation of their own, but not gonna find that pressure. The screw attack gonna just beat back on a little bit of damage. Those time bombs again disrupting the pressure, but down tilt into grab, giving you one more opportunity. Once again, though, not finding the ladder, but that drag down back air gonna give you another shot. This edge guard, all the resources having to come out from Slatty, even to find a way back. And you're locking it down, managing to get on the board. It all starts here. Ways to go. You can absolutely make this happen, but you have to clean up your defense. You have to slow the pace of this game down just a little bit, my friends at home. And, you know, so far, you know, Slatty's doing a fantastic job, right? We've seen since that stock got taken, they've racked on the next 65%. And dash attack to boot, just racking on the damage of those back airs, but not going to find its mark. The reversal on the anti-air. Slatty's done a much better job this game, finding those, catching the situation. Some time bombs, though, not going to find their mark, and going to find the reversal to boot. And the back air going to close it out, just like that. Asta with a dominant game number 3, putting his exclamation mark on it, and sealing it out just in time for what I believe to be a special guest rejoining us. How's it going, Yin? We can't hear you. He is still muted. Did his mic die when the power went out? Perhaps. Yin just mouthing things we can't repeat here on stream. So, you know, we're just gonna get into it. Yeah, no, dude, even when you can't speak, I can still read your lips and roast you for it. Don't worry, I see you right now. How is it going, dude? You want to talk about these replays a little bit?
Great. Yeah, hold up. My Discord's bullying me too now. Okay, there we go. Ooh, look at that beautiful ladder combo. Oh my gosh, that
dude,
Meta
this
Knight play.
Game 3 was absolutely dominant from Asta Gigafo. He found 2 stocks less than a minute into the game. The fact that this was a 4.5, you know, right, 4.5 minutes left on the timer, right? 2.5 minutes for that stock number 3 speaks so much to, even though he didn't come out on top, just how well Slatty was able to recover there. You know, mad props to him, even though it didn't come out on his favor at the end there.
Yeah, 100%. And once again, so we've got some weather issues here in northern Utah at the moment. There's some massive snowstorms, so I had a little bit of a brownout, but, you know, I'm excited to see what University of Idaho got coming.
My friend, it happens to the best of us for sure. And speaking of the best of us, I mean, we've got two fantastic players. I think cooking as we get into what, you know, our next set is possibly going to be, just waiting to see who they're going to send in. Captains are discussing. We've got, looks like Vulcan coming in on one side and Tomas on the other side. Endure. Okay, I see Endure Thomas, so I wasn't sure if it was a sponsor or whatnot. But tell me a little bit about these players, if you don't mind, Jan.
Alrighty, well, let me go ahead and pull these players right up. Sorry, just getting right back into it. Endure is an Ike, I think. An Ike player, which would be pretty sick, you know? Not a very common player.
Making like it. I like Ike just like it's the 80s, or just like it's the 1960s. Sorry, I can't speak today.
Now, I will say, as per Vulcan, this character pool is insane. I don't think I can give you 20 guesses and you'd be able to guess all 3 characters.
Me Sword Fighter.
Nope.
Me Gunner.
Nope.
Me Brawler.
No.
Little Mac.
So let's see if you can figure out the characters based on the first one. The first one in this pool is Yoshi.
Okay. Yoshi. ZSS. Marth.
Oh.
Can I get a hint on the second one?
The back air is the strongest spike in the game if you don't include buffs and changes to it.
Lucas.
So like, nope.
Other character has a back air that spikes. I actually don't know that. Oh, it's King K. Rool.
Oh.
Dude, I know that too. I just always forget because it's inverted Mario. I always mix up his forward air and back air. I'll acknowledge it.
I'll
acknowledge it.
Number 3.
You're cracking
Banjo
up.
and Kazooie.
Oh, that okay. Okay,
What
I
is
could have
this
guessed.
range.
I could have guessed that one. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, don't lie to yourself.
No, I could have. I would have.
Ritual.
Banjo, you said underplayed characters. Banjo was on my list, man. Banjo was on my list.
A wide range of like characters that you don't like. If we're talking secondaries, you know, you think like, oh, he plays like, you know, oh, got the they for Vulcan. My bad. You got like Yoshi and like for K. Rool. Oh, maybe like DK or Bowser. Not Banjo.
Yeah, Banjo, man. This character is saucy as all heck. We've got a button check on our hands.
Don't lie to me.
Considering I talked for the entire last game, Yin, I'm gonna let you talk about this button check real quick.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got the King K. Rool, the King Croc. Let me tell you, I got a lot of experience the Kremlin King, all right? I coached one of the best K. Rool players in the US, Oa von Bismarck. Oa the Rule, top 11 player right now. You know, he got HM this past season out in Utah with wins over the likes of Valor and Atlas. If you don't know Atlas, also Ty, you know, the Olimar Slayer. If you don't know, they were the ones to respond to Myron when Myron made a tweet saying, no, your mid-tier doesn't beat Olimar. Ty said, Zelda. Myron said, there's no evidence of that. And then 2 weeks later, Myron would lose 2-0 to Ty at Port Priority 6.
We take those indeed. What a way to do it, right? You just put your money where your mouth is and, you know, come in clutch at the end of the day. So
I also then beat Shootone at a weekly before Crown.
Man, when you telling me that he's good, you did not tell me he's absolutely insane.
Hey, I should say that. my bad.
I appreciate that.
I won't leave you hanging there on that rope. Don't worry, I got you.
You know, speaking of, we have got a matchup that if you don't watch New England, you might have never seen before. We have got Ike versus King K. Rool, something we see all the time in my home region.
How? What?
Oh, we've got number 2 player in New Hampshire, Luxa, arguably, you know, one of the best Ike players out there. Endure making him proud right now with that first stock. On the other hand, one of the best players in Massachusetts right now is Brujo, a King K. Rool player.
I forgot about Brujo!
Dude, he is so cracked. Unironically, if he traveled more, might be the best K. Rool player in the world. He's 14 years old.
For sure.
Oh, no, I'm gonna just say it.
Hold up. Steve has some adults in the player base, you know? Let's be honest here, K. Rool only has children.
No, Ben Gold's an adult.
Ben Gold doesn't play the character anymore.
Who does Ben Gold play now? I
don't know, but I know they're retired at, or has retired the K. Rool at minimum. Meanwhile, Kirby is literally kid. You have Brujo, who's 14. Oh, is like 16. I haven't heard of an adult King K. Rool at this point. Vulcan's probably 12, but going to college.
I mean, listen, when you're a genius, it doesn't even matter. Unfortunately, though, you're going to need to put all those IQ points into this last stock back against the wall in the game one. And, you know, right now, I mean, Endure is really putting University of Colorado on the board in a dominant fashion.
Oh, 100%. I will say Vulcan has a lot of options here to get cooking. The key thing is you got to get that Ike off stage, and you cannot let them play the game anymore. You got Nair, you got Fair, so many options to just snuff them out.
Yep. One of the other things as well is, right, this character has, you know, a lot of startup on their moves, not great frame data. You can actually react with those Nairs, with those belly armor moves, especially that Crown, right? The fact that Crown has armor on it now, post buffs, and really just work your way in one little trick and trap at a time. But we're not really seeing that from Vulcan early, and he just hasn't, or they haven't been able to get set up. My apologies there. And right that time, their own Nair armor getting called out by Ike's forward air. Just great discipline from Endora, and it's gonna be a 3-stock just like that. The dominant start from University of Idaho up 4 points is just gone. It's just gone. Where'd it go?
It went right where that K. Rool went. Straight to the blast zone. No other questions asked.
You know what?
Get out.
I gotta clap it up for that one. That was hell of a transition right there, Yin. But at the moment, I mean, just unfortunate, right? Like, he just can never get anything started. His DI got red over and over every single drift mix-up. And you just can't let that be you when you have such a big body, as well as just the shield play from Endora was on point. Vulcan never really looked for the grabs, really never made him punish it, and it was just like, got caught, you know, not pushing a button when you catch crown back, so you're stuck in that laggy animation, and it just was a series of a series of unfortunate events from him in that game one. I'm gonna be honest. He's making University of Colorado look like a Lemony Snicket right now.
Hold up. I thought it was University of Idaho that got torn up here. Hold up.
No. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
You said
Lemony
Colorado.
Snicket's, yeah, because they're doing the tearing up. Lemony Snicket, the author.
Oh, I thought you were saying that Colorado. No, I know.
No.
Why
Are you too old?
Thing? What?
Listen, I've been asked if I was. I'm 22. I've been asked if I'm too young for Lemony Snicket. Someone made a Lemony Snicket reference as my co-caster. I got it, played off of it, and they were like, wow, I'm really surprised you got that. I thought you were too young for that. And I'm like, bruh, I am a whole-ass adult.
I can't believe you called me old. We're the same age.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? I'm still in college and you're married. So,
I'm
hey.
in college, but also married.
Wait, where do you... Am I allowed to ask where you go to school? I didn't know you went.
Yeah,
you were in college.
I'm going through a BYUI online.
Oh hell yeah! I didn't.
Because it's cheap as dirt.
If you went in
person,
that's insane. If you went in person, I was gonna ask if you knew my friend who goes there, but
no. I'd rather not.
That's also very true for reasons that we're not gonna get into on the stream.
The reasons? Because why would I move up to Idaho?
Oh, true.
I'm already in a obscure place enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I live in like middle of nowhere, like 100 couple of people in the town.
I was gonna say, are you sure?
I'm in farming area.
Go. Oh no, speaking of, we've got the character switch coming out immediately after it didn't work in that game number one. We're just gonna see the banjo come out. And what do you think of this matchup here, Yin?
I don't know how to feel about this, not gonna lie. I feel like Banjo is a character that has been slept on and should continue to be slept on. This character's bad. But at the same time, you know, like, I guess you got eggs. You got eggs. That's cool.
Yeah, this character a lot better on box though, which we're not gonna see here. So, you know, an unfortunate series of events that he's gonna try and make count. Right now, just not able to get down though, still not able to get away from the sword. Wonderwing though, gonna give you that X factor to just not care, find a way back. Egg gonna give you a little bit of a less committal zoning option than K-Rool's able to afford. And so far, I mean, Vulcan's making this one at least look respectable early.
And that's kind of the key thing, right? If you can go ahead and you keep it minimized, so one stock, at least you aren't that far behind. You're just a set behind, no stocks lost. Kind of worth it.
Absolutely, but you know, not only do you lose that stock first, you've already taken 36 and a juggle. These nairs just to keep the situation going, keep you on platform from Endor have been absolutely on point. I love the F tilt just to set you at ledge, but you just didn't account for that quick draw, allowing Ike to get back, find that platform, get back to center stage, and Endor's ability to just at all costs, right, hold this middle third, hold that circle there in the center of small battlefields has been immaculate.
And this is starting to get a little bit horrifying because where the first stock looked nice and even, all of a sudden, look at that. Endor landing a beautiful conversion into a nice little call out there. You're taking so much percent and so much damage, and you are finding another hit. Vulcan struggling.
Dude, you really? This game was even? You could have fooled me the way this one was going, swinging for the F smash, but once again, just missing around that platform a little bit. Gonna take a whole bunch of percent all the way in the corner. This could be it. Might be forced to use a Wonder Wing just to find his way back, instead not opting for that reset. But again, positioning just too far under the platform and not gonna find this F smash. Calling out the Wonder Wing startup to boot. Endur's playing out of his mind right now.
This is looking bad for Idaho. Because all of a sudden, a match that was looking so clean for them started off 5-1. And now it's looking like it might be 9-5 right there with the forward air.
I mean, the way he just clocked in and clocked out, it might as well be, man. I mean, that was an absolute slobber knocker of a game.
Yeah, and you know, I've got one thing.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
Here you go, Vulcan. I'm sorry.
Wow, you're firing him from the crew battle? You're firing him from them from the crew battle?
You needed one stock. You choked all 3 stocks both games. Vulcan, we need to have a talk.
Wow,
okay? Look, Vulcan,
man.
what I'm gonna ask you to do, okay, Vulcan? Let's go ahead and you hit my line if you want K-Rool play. Or if you want Banjo play, I know a guy. Okay, you just hit my line. We need to help you out here. All right. Whether it's a little bit of therapy after that monstrosity, that slaughtering.
Wow, you are not letting this go. You are just tearing him apart right now. Holy hell, man.
I believe in Vulcan. There were signs of brilliancy.
Were there?
And then Endure just lit up.
I mean, sure.
Maybe it was trauma from the past. I don't know. Maybe he saw an Ike cosplayer one day and was so intimidated as a child that it has come back to haunt him now.
That's what it is with Light and DDD. Light ran into a DDD on Elite Smash at 16, and that was it.
No more DDD wins.
No, unironically, like that's it. He struggles with that character now as a result of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's some Connecticut D-Blower for you.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I'm going to let some friends know that they need to pick up DDD if they ever want to beat Light. You know, it'll help.
Well, there's a lot of other things you also have to do to beat Light. If you want those tips, you can hit me up.
You don't have to be a good player to beat a top 5 player.
No, you just have to. You just have to play faster than you think possible, because that's what Light had to learn how to do to beat Mars. Ling can do it. Why can't you?
Brew, where's the DDD? Where is it? I want to know.
I just realized something, but I'll tell you after this block here, Yin, my friend. That being said, right now, we are waiting just to find out who we have up next. I'm going to be real, though. You're talking about all these characters you play. It sounds like we might have to get some games after this.
I have a character crisis at any and all times, let me tell you.
Oh, you sound just like me.
Normally it is just the secondary though. So like I have won tourney sets with about 10 different characters. Let's see.
That's
So
insane. I
Bard, Pika, Joker, ZSS, Pokemon Trainer, Meta Knight. Inkling was a little early. I wouldn't count Inkling.
Oh wait. Okay, now I gotta try. Hold on. Ready?
I know I
Pika?
have one.
Pika, Little Mac, Wii Fit, Pika, Little Mac, Wii Fit, Snake, Donkey Kong, Dr. Mario, Mr. Game & Watch,
Back up. I want to show you
Bowser.
something sick. Okay, are you ready to learn how to count in sign language? I'll do it fast. Oh, sick. Button check. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. I don't remember from there.
Next thing up, you're gonna start commentating in sign language. This is OD.
How would it work? I want to know. I'll do it.
You would figure it out as you go. Make Smash more accessible.
All right, I'm gonna commentate this button check in sign language.
Good luck. Have fun. The best part is y'all can't see him right now. He is going for it. Full send.
A little bit. I haven't practiced my sign a little bit. I need to practice my sign a little bit.
I respect it though. I respect the fact that you even went for it. Because I'm gonna be honest, I would be freaking terrified if it was me.
I worked with adults with disabilities. I don't know how to say that one. Otherwise, I would have signed it for you guys. I worked with some adults with disabilities, including someone who was deaf. So I learned a bit of sign.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna be honest, that kind of slaps, but you know what else slaps? One of the most iconic matchups in Smash Ultimate. We have got Mario versus Cloud. Faces of franchises, faces of consoles, and faces of a generation here, dueling it off on Pokemon Stadium.
And more importantly, faces of Colorado and Idaho.
You know what? I respect the segue.
Hey, look, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's segue. Woo!
And if there's one thing Mario knows how to do, it's combo you off the top, taking a stock less than 30 seconds in, and indoor. Is it indoor?
It shouldn't be indoor, right? Oh, there we go.
I was gonna say, whoever it is up now, you know, whacking it on, they are gaming left and right, but they gotta get away from this neutral. Mario sometimes supposedly struggles with swords, but right now, University of Colorado, I was gonna say, SCO buffs, because he's making it look easy.
Oh, goodness gracious. Look at these combos. Hold up. Why does it say shiny shoes? I thought that was the Meta Knight. I'm confused.
They all use the same tag because it's online.
Fair enough. You got me there. I forgot.
I love that we've all just turned into hazmat. I'm going to call you out.
He's great. What can I say?
Anyways, getting, keeping it going. The Nair's at ledge, just gonna rack on some pressure, missing the fireball though. Gonna allow Cloud one extra shot to get back. That F smash is not gonna find its mark on your platform. You're giving him too many roots away from that invulnerable head. Down there, they're gonna keep it on Yin, and this is an opportunity for Sleepy Curb to run away with this one. The F smash that time gonna catch it. I love the positioning, making you think he's gonna go for the same thing, right, safe underneath the platform, but just swinging it just far enough out that it's gonna catch the side too.
Sleepy Curb is just doing such a good job of showcasing why Mario's still top tier. Because a lot of characters, they struggle with a set matchup or category of characters. For example, Mario with swords. And that's normally a huge issue. But with Mario, you have so many tools between your shield play, between Gape right there to send the limit beam right back. What are you? You gotta hold that. GG,
Yep,
shake my
but
hand.
not only do you have to hold that this one, you've got to hold that going right into the next game, my friend, because we have just another game on our hands coming up, right? That was only number one. And You're like, wait, hold on. I thought Mario was supposed to lose to swords. Why is he getting in on me? Why can't I hit him right now? And the answer is he's just dancing all around you, right? Using those jumps to the blast zone, and you didn't DI the up B.
I think another big thing is how Sleepy Curb playing the neutral game. There was a lot of fireball, a lot of patience within the air mobility to just position in proper places to punish Burt for swinging. And that's a key thing if you're going to play against swords as Mario. The utilization of fireball to put pressure on, and then utilization of your mobility to bob and weave to get whiff punishes, and then also utilizing shield to force it.
Absolutely, my friend. I mean, just he does put on a clinic that game on exactly how you're supposed to deal with Cloud, right? On how you're supposed to bait him out, find those punishes, and just keep it going. I loved what I saw, and I'm excited to see him keep doing so in game number 2. Can he continue, or are we gonna see one more chance from our main man, Cloud?
So I think Burnt should probably stay Cloud, in theory, based on what I'm seeing from character pool right. Right now, the characters I see are Cloud, which obviously winning matchup, but difficult if they know what they're doing. Little Mac, which could be really good. One of the few characters that could probably outbox Mario or come close. And then finally,
but then also you get hit in the air, and that's see ya.
That's true. That is true. You die at 0. And then finally Pikachu, which for those of whom who don't know, this is one of like Pika's worst matchups, which it's still even. It's still an even matchup, don't get me wrong. Pikachu is just a privileged character. But you have to play around a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say, I don't know that I agree that Mario is one of Pikachu's worst matchups. He's just worse Pikachu.
Well, so here's the thing with Mario versus Pika, okay? The first thing is Pika doesn't have a lot of range, and how Pika mitigates that is with safe aerials on shield, for example, back air, with like cross up, for example.
Or up air, or nair.
Or up air. Up air and nair are both really good examples as well. T-Jolt and quick attack. Those are the 3 options. Mario is one of the few characters that could punish Pikachu for doing a back air cross up on shield.
Yeah,
so
no, that is true. That -2 back air is dummy. It goes
Plus
dummy.
you throw in the pancake, so most characters can't hit it, but Mario can hit it with the up B out of shield, being frame 3, if I remember correctly. We are going to see the Cloud, which makes sense. Because as said, Little Mac is just going to die at 0. You do outbox, but I mean, Flood, Cape, that just sounds miserable. Pika loses a lot of neutral options against Mario, and if you ever jump, Mario will just, it was a Mario thing. I agree with Cloud, but at the same time, it was looking. Let's go!
I mean, right, the bigger stage, that more space gonna allow Cloud to just zone you out, right? Charge that limit in theory, right? Maybe use those blade beams to keep you away, hoping Mario's gonna find less combos and kill later, but you get those combo extensions onto that side platform, right, into the fair, and to boot, the blast zone's so big that even a limit can't save you off stage.
Oh, 100%. And I don't know if Burt had a jump. That was like the only option was double jump, and then you'd have to also get the wall jump as well, I believe, to get back. It's such a necessity just to get back and save the stock. And Sleepy Curb just, racking up that damage right now.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job so far. Burnt, feeling a little burnt by all these fireballs, right? This power up coming through, but able to clean off that singe on his cape with a limit crawl slash take the stock, keep this one close. Just the scrapping coming in. This platform situation could have been something huge, but that was an amazing parry in.
Oh, 100%, but all the same, at this point, Sleepy just put him in the corner and not letting him out for quite a bit. Burnt finding his way around, just jumping right through. And I think that's a big thing, is Burnt just kind of needs to slow down the pace of the game, because it feels like right now, Sleepy Curve is just pushing and pushing and pushing, and Burnt's having a really hard time of finding those hits because of how fast Mario is, and the fact that Burnt just can't outpace him, whether it be frame data or movement.
Absolutely, and that's why he's down to his last stock of this game, definitely making this one a little bit more respectable on his counter pick. but he still has a lot of work left to do here, right? Makes you think that maybe he should have gone Little Mac just to be able to get that boxing gym power up, right? Be on the grind, keep the hustle going. That drift back fair gonna allow you a little bit of work, but he hasn't been able to really find these back airs at all, right? Normally, cloud landing back air is incredibly safe, but Sleepy Curbs found ways around it through hurt box shifting, clever movement, and just found ways to whiff punish it every single time.
Totally agreed. And here is the issue. You are going to be dead off of one edge guard. Twice in a row, Sleepy Curb was able to seal out severely early stocks. Heck, all three of those stocks were pretty early edge guards overall. And that's the fear, is if you're playing against Mario, especially as a character like Cloud, who doesn't have the ability to recover as well as a lot of the other cast, all of a sudden, those tools like Fireball, like Flood and Cape, where they might not always be a fear, they crank it up to 100.
Yes, sir, they do. And it's just so hard, right? When you can't... One of the biggest things in Ultimate is your speed of play, right? You can mix it up between fast, between slow, and doing so is one of the most powerful things in the game, right? Keeping your opponent guessing not just on what button you're going to press, but how you're going to press it, right? What's that delay in between them? But if you have to pick between fast to slow or slow to fast often can be the way to go, just because you force it. Everyone can play slower, but some people can only play so fast.
I do want to talk about that final edge guard a little bit. Just watching the replay over. So you see, you know, get hit by the down smash, and it puts them off of the stage, where at this point, it becomes a little bit scary to recover, okay? So you're about horizontal with the stage, and you see him pop that jump early. The issue there is you put yourself in a perfect position to get edge guarded by Sleepy Curb. And so one of the key concepts that you'll see a lot of players utilize at a more higher level is not crossing that ledge unless you're going to commit to, say, a high recovery. And so the better option probably would have been just a fastball and go ahead and double jump low, because the one option that Mario would have in that scenario is maybe a fireball gimp if they're lucky. Probably more likely would be maybe a falling nair or a forward air, but where you have your double jump still, and then also Cloud does have the wall jump, if I'm remembering correctly. I know how chat be. Just covering my bases, I'm 99% sure, but this is.
Yeah, I will say, right, as well, Yin, it's really important to talk about, but you mentioned it a little bit, but saving your jump is the most powerful level up you can do in disadvantage, right? It is just such a flexible resource, whether you're going high or low, and once it's gone, it limits you to a single line of recovery with a lot of lag, even if you have that air dodge left, right? And seeing a jump come out early, you never want to burn it when you're even with that ledge, like we saw Burnt do there, no pun intended, right? You want to either, you know, jump to, again, commit going high, as you said, but even then, right, that you're taking away your options. Or if you're there, you don't even have to fast fall. You can, but you can also save it as a mix-up. But you want to drift in, save your jump, because even if you get hit, you have another shot to come back. But once that jump's gone, Cloud has no tools to find a way around that flood, around that cape, and around that forward air that Mario has to offer.
And that's ultimately what it came down to, is time and time again, was just a misunderstanding of how to play disadvantage. And Mario is one of those characters that will blow you up for that.
Absolutely. And now we have just a whole bunch of more gameplay ahead of us. We're just in a button check right now, but Bowser Samus. What do you think of this one? Because it can be hard, but Bowser having trample, having tough guy does give you at least a couple ways to just find a way to approach, you know, along with that speed that he has for some reason. Why did they make a heavy that fast?
They wanted to hurt the game. That I have a running theory that I have taken from a player from my local region, that Sakurai, or at least Nintendo, plan to kill each game near the end of its life cycle. Because this is the second game in a row. The last two DLC they released right before saying, bye, no patches. Some of the easiest, most broken
Well,
character.
well, hold on.
Or it doesn't
They
count.
did release another patch. No, they did release another patch after Bayonetta came out, right?
That's true.
Like this isn't the case. That wasn't the case. And the DLC characters that did all come out over quarantine. Every DLC character that came out over quarantine is just a little bit overtuned. And the big difference is that the previous ones didn't come out at the end of the game.
But here's the thing. Think about it though. What if the Bayo patch was just a mislead? What if they were like,
my God.
we don't want you to think about this too hard. So we're gonna, hey, this is a little band-aid. I promise it'll help. But in reality, a band-aid's not gonna help when you've lost a lip.
Oh my God, sir, what? He's just letting it be.
Nintendo is killing the game.
Conspiracies is what I say to that.
My dog has been controlling my mind. It's not a theory. It's a game theory.
Thanks for watching. And anyways, back into the game where it's just right now. It's gonna be our Samus friend over repping those UFC colors. Love that coordination coming out here, right? Finding a skin that matches your school colors or to take it, and just the difference, right, on that power-up, finding that first stock 30 seconds in, barely taking anything. This juggle to boot. We've seen a lot of Samus play tonight, and it's really refreshing to see the whole gambit of character styles.
It has been, and that's the one thing that is very beautiful about Samus play. Even though this character is known to be a zoner, it's a zoner in ult. So you know they have scrapping tools and boxing tools, and they're literally just over-tuned, if we're being honest here. And that's kind of what we're seeing from not Sleepy Herb. I about went with the name, but you're good, fam. But this Samus right here has been a lot more aggressive and a little bit more combo oriented compared to the last one that we saw at the very beginning of this set. And so it's been pretty enjoyable to watch so far. I will say this is becoming very quickly a do or die moment. You are on the back foot.
God damn it, I can't even speak the way you just said that. The up air juggle, though, gonna find some damage, but beautiful matchup knowledge from Mysterion, right? Noticing that partially charged charge shot doesn't go through the fair disjoint. So managing to use it, find a way back down, keep this pressure going on for just a moment. The side B gonna hug you, not gonna throw you quite to the blast zone just yet. Samus is a decently heavy little gal in that armor suit. This one gonna do it though, and Yin, Mysterion at least getting on the board.
Here's the thing. You don't want to let Mysterion or Bowser in general get on the board, because now all of a sudden you're already at kill percent, 0% and death percent for Bowser. And so you gotta play very careful all times, because you might see an F smash, you might see an up smash. Either way, he might just kill you.
And you can't let it be you, but there it was. The down air gonna send you all the way downtown. Not something you expected when you listed off those kill confirms in, but I mean,
I was misleading.
He cleaned it, or they cleaned it up, made it count, and I mean, University of Colorado running away, redeeming UConn a little bit in my heart.
you wanted the win. You wanted the win.
Yeah, we got one. We got one. Let's go.
We got one.
Yep.
That's all we needed.
Just one. We only needed it. Just one.
It's the one I need, and I'll take it and run with it.
True.
That down air was disgusting.
Oh, it was really absurd. Yeah.
Samus is so good.
It was not.
Why are there not that many Samuses? What the heck?
Because it's Samus. What do you want?
What? Because it's the original Master Chief when you think about it. And
yeah,
Adult
it's
Bounty
just,
Hunter.
Why would people play Samus when they can play Dark Samus, who has all this cool, glowy aesthetic, right? Like,
You're
that's really been
edgelord.
No, that's really been the big change, though. Like, unironically, that's a lot of the reason we've seen just less Samuses, is that Dark Samus is in the game, right? You have seriously, you have more options now, and the characters are.
This is stretching almost as far as my Nintendo theory.
The characters are slightly different. though. Like,
They
this is
are.
actually a real thing.
They
The
are.
characters are different, right? Charge shot for Dark Samus goes lower. Her double jump animation, she kind of stretches out, as well as her roll animations. So her rolls are very different. They have a little bit more lag on them as well. She crunches up less. So Dark Samus relies less on movement than Samus does, but has a little bit stronger charge shot confirms, as well as their up smashes being slightly different.
There's the one I was waiting for.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I know my characters. I promise. I'm not a fake fan.
This is your 7th main.
True. I did almost main this character.
I will say, this is looking a little bleak. I want to see a different character other than the Bowser, if I'm being honest.
I do too, but you know, whether we want it or not, it's not matter, because at the end of the day, and I mean, it's just gonna be a little bit of a slobber knocker the way things are going right now.
True. True.
That's it.
What's wrong?
He's making me laugh. He's making me laugh. What do
I'm
I
putting
do?
this joke in the grave.
What do I do if he makes me
beating it
laugh
dead?
this hard?
Of course.
Sir, no. This is a Wendy's.
Welcome to Carl's Jr. DK?
No. No.
DK?
No. No.
DK.
I'm personally a chicken sandwich person myself, so no DKBK here, just Samus and Bowser here on small battlefield. A little bit less room to work with, like, right, those lower platforms, you're gonna find those stocks early, and it's good for Bowser, but it's also really good for Samus, right, making it a lot harder for Bowser to find those landing mix-ups, less space to get away from the incredible anti-air game this character provides.
Erosion just seems to feel so comfortable in this set so far. Just constantly putting on the pressure up close, utilizing the charge shot to make Mysteria not know exactly how to approach, and then utilizing grab to even make defensive play scary.
True.
True.
But
Please.
right now, just a
Disgusting.
missed up air, gonna get caught by the up tilt, allowing Mysterian to find at least a little bit of damage. But just these combos from Zerosion have been relentless. The cross stage just catches, putting you to ledge. This safe pressure on shield, finding jab 1-2, something you don't see every day. Because guess
Only
what? That's
works
not
on
true.
Bowser.
It's not true.
Okay, this is not a conspiracy. This is fact. You can look this up inside of your copy of Smash Ultimate. The fun fact, there's a little user's guide with a bunch of character info inside of every game. With little tidbits and juicy details. Like, Samus is a bounty hunter. One of the things in there.
Or that Charizard up tilt has invulnerability on its wings, which it doesn't.
True. That is true. It is misleading there. But you want to know where it's not misleading? It addresses Samus jab 1 not connecting to jab 2.
Yep.
And basically states it on purpose.
It is. But you know what else is on purpose? That when Bowser lands something he wasn't able to do in that set, he has frame 1 invulnerability on his head. When he lands during hit stun, nobody knows that, and it's
This game
stupid.
is wild.
Yeah,
I did not
this
know
game
that until you
is
said it, and that
absolutely
just
absurd.
cements it for me.
Yeah, this game's absurd. I love it so much. This
It's
game,
beautiful.
I love it so much.
It's so wonky and bad, and that's why I love it.
Hold on, get this man off the mic. This game isn't bad. He's lying to you. He's lying.
Ritual.
This game is not bad. You would not be here if it was.
It's amazing and beautiful, but it's also bad, but that's why it's amazing and beautiful.
Respectfully disagree. I love this game with my whole heart and
Counterpoint,
soul.
Bowser, when he lands, for a frame, his head has invulnerability.
Yeah. Well, no, he has invulnerability frame 1 when he lands.
Another
don't-
counterpoint. ZSS jab 1 to jab 2 to jab 3. That combo doesn't work.
Counterpoint, it's frame 1. It doesn't need to work.
Counterpoint. Electric Wind Godfist.
Counterpoint, Wii Fit jab 2 does too much knockback to confirm into jab 3.
That's a point for me. What are you doing?
No, it's not. It just shows that I know what I'm talking about.
But it helps me argue that this game kind of sucks at times.
No, it just helps you argue that you're wrong. Anyways, we're just having
Bro,
a
I
blast
walked
out
into
here,
this, I'm
folks,
like,
watching
hold up,
this true battle.
Ritual, 2 + 2 = 4, and Ritual was like, it equals 5. Shake my
No,
hand.
it doesn't.
GGs.
2 + 2 = fish. Did you never go to elementary school?
Bro,
Try it. It's a little goldfish.
Bro, you ain't wrong.
I know.
Okay, fun
Look,
fact.
I got him to say I was right. Let's go.
Oh no, I'm never gonna live that down. Oh, what have I done? I made a mistake. Help! Help! Someone called 911. There's a fire burning on the dance floor.
Well, listen, just not all of us can have a Panic at the Disco every week. So, you know.
No more Panic at the Disco any week. They're dead.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're just proving me right again.
No. No being right. That's bad. Also, I don't know why, but I've been drinking a lot of milk today.
That was such a non sequitur. I'm sorry. I can't even. Holy cow. I also appreciate, I just want to take a second to acknowledge that CU, got destroyed game 1 and has just, run away with it since then. But has also, whereas University of Idaho, their University of Idaho now, has been shiny shoes every single game. On the other side, University of Colorado, every single one of their players has had a different variation of the tag CU gaming. And I love that. He's drinking milk on camera. He got caught. He's been exposed.
You got milk?
Damn, it's just water.
I'm all out. I'm all out of milk. True.
You know, the worst part is that you guys can't hear our production. So, you just, every time Yin responds to production, he's just
I love responding to production. Let me tell you. Look, guys, let me tell you, production might be the funniest out of the 3 here, to be honest.
You're not wrong.
That's the real reason why I'm a commentator. That's the real reason why I'm a commentator. I want to listen to production.
You know how it is.
For shizzle my whistle, this is the plot.
Oh my god. Anyways, into game number 1 here. We are just trying to wrap on the pressure. Nobody's business.
Look.
And it's just trying to find the significant hit, right? These two characters, both very, very polar in their game plans. They really only got 1 or 2 options any which way of the week, trying to make it count, right? But right now, Pizza able to find a way back to stage, taking that pepperoni slices on the cheese with that color scheme. For a second, so I thought, but then it's brown. It's gray once again. It keeps changing colors. What is going on with this piranha plant?
I think you're seeing things. You might be having issues. Mayhaps.
Is it gray for you right now?
It's gray.
I am being lied to. I know it turns yellow when it's side B's. I'm just playing into the bit, just like you're playing into that spike in order to take the stock. That being said, gonna answer right back. Mediocre, anything but keeping this one even. Yeah.
I need to believe in Pizza because I can't live with the knowledge that Pizza loses to mediocre because Pizza is anything but.
Bro, I'm just gonna say all-time great statement right there. I'm gonna be real, like all-time great statement. All-time top-tier statement. Losing to Pizza, winning against Pizza, just Pizza.
Honestly, I'd throw to Pizza, just for Pizza. I'd show my dedication. Give that homie the 3 stock.
But then he wouldn't have earned it, and he would feel bad.
But it's Pizza. We must bow down. Our king, our liege. Gosh, Plant is so mean at ledge. Good gracious. I forget about this character's ledge trapping.
Yeah, this character, I mean, that's all they have, right? Like, is this ability to just set up these traps, keep you at ledge, and a character like Crom, one of the worst abilities to get not just back to stage, but out off ledge in the entire game. I mean, it can be really hard to get away. That being said, Mediocre has made some great adjustments, once again being anything but his tag. Finding a way back to stage, trying to get back to the corner. I love the weight there from Pizza in that crowd, but unfortunately the overcommitment gonna cost the stock combined with some questionable DI.
I want to see Mediocre haul him off stage, put the pressure on, and just show him what he's got, and then up B! I want him to go on a run! Send it! Send it! Kill him!
Kill him, strike him down, and he will be more powerful than you possibly imagine. Anyways,
do it.
Anyways, enough of us being Star Wars. No, that's not good. I'm not gonna do mine, but it's better than that. Anyways, we're just gonna keep this one going, keep that pressure racking on for a couple moments here. Yin trying to find the way back to stage. This one is dead even. Mediocre, just not able to keep that ledge trap. Pizza's done a fantastic job getting back to stage, finding the spike ball to boot, and the poison cloud just gonna rack on some damage. I don't know what sounds are being made in the background or by who, but I'm terrified right now. Okay, never again. I'm retiring after this one. Like, it's over for me.
I'm sorry, I've ended their career. It's over. The grass, beautiful, gorgeous even. The gracious, mediocre? Kind of tearing him up? What?
Help me. I'm being...
Getting more lucid as the day goes on. Is it lucid? I think that's the right word. Probably not.
It is. You figured it out.
Let's go.
I'm so proud.
Thank you. I was a little too lucid to figure it out. Oh, he could have killed him.
No, you were not lucid enough.
I'm so sad.
Lucid is like awake. You were not lucid enough. But speaking of not lucid enough, I mean, neither of us are lucid enough to properly talk about what just happened there. I mean, finding the stock, closing that out, fantastic stuff coming in when it matters most.
Excuse me. He died.
Are you okay?
Not. What the heck just happened? Pizza got obliterated.
He
went dead.
You let it be him.
You let it be
got
him.
caught by the uppy.
Gotta not let it be you. That's the one rule.
True.
One rule.
One rule to rule them all. One rule to find them. One rule to bring them all. And in the darkness, bind them.
You want to know something very shameful?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you never seen that movie?
No.
Don't worry, neither have I, because I've been waiting to watch the director's cuts back to back to back. But that takes 12 hours.
Same. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I've read all the books. Well, wait.
I tried.
You've been waiting to watch the director's cuts back to back to back?
Yeah. My wife and in-laws are like big Lord of the Rings fan. It's only extended, like director's cut, all that jazz. Ain't nothing less. Ain't nothing less in the home. Otherwise, I will get in big trouble. Sleep on the couch.
Hell yeah.
I did read The Hobbit in high school. I was supposed to read The Lord of the Rings. I couldn't do it. I was.
What you're saying is you're exposing yourself here for being a fake student.
I am. Let me tell you, my high school literature classes. Look, don't take away my diploma, please, if y'all are listening to this. But let me tell you, Wikipedia did great for book reports.
Stop exposing yourself. Why are you doing this? Fake fan right there. That's all.
There's gonna be like a Kotaku article tomorrow. Smash commentators are morons. They cheat in school.
No, that's just you.
True. Hey, I get A's. Let me.
You do? Could fool me.
Hey, it's when I apply myself, which isn't often.
You mean never? Hey.
Hey, why are you exposing me now? What the heck? It's been reversed.
Instead, I'm exposing you and not me. Anyways, into game number 2 here. Pizza trying to find a way, right, close this one out after a unfortunately disastrous way to end the next game. But the shield break earlier, you can get some sauce going back up with some extra damage. Unfortunately, gonna send that F smash to the middle of stage and keep an edge guard going instead of maybe try and keep it at the ledge. That could have been disastrous because you know, Yin, that's not disjointed. If that had gotten hit by the up B, he would have gotten spiked there.
I was so scared for Pizza for 5 seconds. For those of you who don't know, it doesn't matter if you hit the head on the down B, sends the knockback from the pot. And so you can spike the head and they will die from the pot, which is one of the funniest things. There's plenty of compilations on YouTube.
Or grabbing Piranha Plant and just seeing the pot get revealed back into the body is one of the funniest things done, my man. Maybe we'll see it here in this set if Mediocre can condition a grab out, find one. Right now, just though Pizza's the one doing all the conditioning, doing a fantastic job slowing the pace of this game down on this smaller here stage. And I mean, it's just so hard yet for him to get anything started.
I want them to change one mechanic with Piranha Plant. When you grab his head when he does the down B, it slingshot him, so you don't have to throw him. It just launches him from the direction that the pot was coming from, based on how charged the down B was. That would be so cool.
I agree. I'm just gonna
completely unnecessary, but cool.
Yeah, but isn't that what makes Ultimate so incredibly fantastic as a game?
Exactly. It's the weird wonky bullcrap.
See, I got him to say that this game's great.
It's great because of how bad it is at times. That's what
I
makes
win
it
again. I win again.
Hold up. You're agreeing with what I said initially. I said this game is great because it's bad.
No, when I just said this game is great. No strings attached.
Well, I was saying it was great because it's bad, which is true. So here's the beauty of Smash, okay? Let's talk about Smash and the beauty of it.
Super Smash Brothers.
The beauty of Smash is it's this casual game. It's meant for casuals, let's be honest here. At the same time, it's just enough wonkiness where it becomes a beautiful, immaculate masterpiece. Look at Melee. Melee is just a bunch of glitches at the end of the day. A bunch of things that were meant for it. And it makes it immaculate. And Ultimate has kind of done a little bit of the same at times. Not to the extent of Melee, of course. But like, there's dumb things that you see and you're like, that's not okay. But at the same time, it's so beautiful for it. And I love it.
This game absolutely just makes me want to smile. And, you know, part of it's because we get to see Crom swinging a sword, right? Trying to chase down a Piranha Plant. Not even Petey himself. Just a random one from one of the levels. This is 1-1. What are you doing? But in the meantime, it's just speaking of, right, like those up B strengths. He just comboed up B and up B on platform. Mediocre trying to just close this one out. Keep it going. Pizza trying to show us one more game here tonight, Yin. Can he make it happen? He's giving himself an opening. Mediocre just doesn't wants us to go home a little bit early. Trying to keep this pressure on deck. 76% now for Pizza. 89. It is racking up there. His back against the wall. This up B, they're going to give him an opening, and the up smash going to close it out. One more game.
Barely secured it. Barely secured it. You gotta be scared if you're Pizza, because game 2 shouldn't have been that close. You started off with like a 90% lead. I mean, you gotta be worried about Mediocre. That Crom is cooking.
That Crom absolutely cooking. He has kept them close, win or lose every single game.
Look,
and I don't know why this one's gonna be any exception yet.
That Crom got milk. I'm just gonna say it.
Bro, you've got milk. Stop projecting yourself.
But I want to be Crom. Look at him. He's so buff.
Listen, if you don't want to be able to recover, then I'll just put you off stage. You don't even have a double jump.
Hey, where are you gonna find a ledge? We're in a walk-off here. Let me tell you.
You literally live in Utah. There's
off screen.
Look, you literally live in Utah. There are ledges everywhere.
Look. See, little man, walk, 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 walk. See, walk off. What did I
didn't see any blast zone. I'm gonna be real.
You're blind.
No, maybe you're the blind one. Maybe you're just hallucinating.
Maybe this is all a dream.
True. What is wrong with us?
Ritual,
I
I
don't
think-
know, but you know what's for certain?
Here's the theory. Look, my
What?
conspiracy theory for starting up this game. I think that we're just in an insane asylum, and they just put us in the same room together to see what would happen. And
Who let
now
me pass with this man?
we're having what is it, like shared psychosis? We're having shared psychosis right now.
Help! Help! Help!
Save me!
Help!
Give
He's
me
letting it be him. I'm stuck here. What are you doing?
We both are. We're in restraints and everything.
No, literally, we're glued to the chair.
How can
And
you
if
not
you
see
didn't-
the Matrix?
Bro, if you didn't know any better, or if you knew, you would know I make that joke almost every time I'm on the mic.
Ritual, take the pill.
What
You'll
pill?
see the Matrix.
I was gonna say, I'm already trans. I already take the pills they're referencing in the movie.
Is that what it is? It's just
Yes, it's literally estrogen. It's the red
Actually?
pill. But anyways, enough off topic aside. Crom gonna find these jabs back on the damage. Mediocre's bringing it back once again. Hasn't been able to hold the lead so far, but just done a fantastic job clawing it back regardless.
Yeah, no, this is keeping nice and even. The town and city pick, I do like it. Of course, you got the jab back there, jab, F smash, so much to kill off that side. It's basically just Roy a little tuned down, you know, a little more balanced out.
Absolutely, just finding that double-edged dance, gonna take the stock, keeping it even again. As close as this, or as much as we've seen players go back and forth with their leads, right, Ian? It's just been one player doing 70, the other player doing 70. Neither player's been able to maintain a lead at any single point.
Oh, 100%. Mediocre just kind of resetting to neutral right now, though. I'm a little worried for Mediocre. Eventually, one of those Batuis has got to land, right? Just statistically.
I mean, yeah, theoretically, but you never want to say so because for all you know, it could be the end of the road, having the opportunity to try and claw it back, but I just don't know if he can make it happen right now. Now, this game's so close, but really Mediocre just only found that stock game one by just kind of happenstance, in game two, let it slip away. So I want to believe, but, you know, can it happen?
Always believe in pizza. Especially when he's down a stock. That's when pizza starts cooking. Let me tell you, he gets the marinara sauce, he gets a little cheesy, and he just sends it. All the puns intended, by the way. I don't want to ruin my reputation. I mean every filthy pun that makes you cringe. All right? Cheesy,
Cringe!
saucy.
Cringe! He's cringing!
Watch this. Dead. Never mind. I believe too much.
He tried to get the read and he was wrong. Instead, he said it. He jinxed it. Mediocre now down to his last stock of the tournament. Peter trying to at least bring this one a little bit closer for University of Idaho, right? Maybe racking on those last 3 points if he can get away from that spin to win Crom that we see coming out from Mediocre's end of things. That being said, right, Piranha Plant between that fair, that Nair has plenty of tools to spin to win himself, and Yen, this is coming to a close right now.
Running just like roulette, spin to win, baby. Your bet on red or black. Let's see it.
Well, I mean, Piranha Plant F
mediocre
Smash is
black.
red. All I'm saying is Piranha Plant F Smash is both red and black, so maybe I'll just bet on that.
He's been rigging the game. He's got both red and black.
Just like the Shadow. Next thing you'll know, it'll be Joker, who's also red and black and has a gun.
A gun. Good gracious. Ooh, little Nair grab action. Good gracious. 150% on deck for pizza. Come on, you either gotta kill him or you are gonna lose your stock in a heartbeat at this point.
Well, maybe that's what he wants, right? The way this one's going, you know, making it just happen. 7 ways to Sunday, Yin, and it's gonna be Mediocre finally locking things up, closing things out, and just locking it down, saying, University of Idaho, you had your fun, but I don't know why you expected to get more points here.
You guys have a cow on the team. What the heck? Their hooves were holding the controller.
You know, to quote what Colorado probably said to University of Idaho. See ya.
I mean, hey, at least they got milk.
What? Bro, you're
They got the
literally
talent.
drinking out of an empty glass.
I know. Look, they had the cow on the team. All I gotta say, they had the milk. They had the milk ready to go.
Here, I'll help you out. Don't worry. Don't be like Yin. Hydrate or dihydrate, folks.
I'm struggling.
Man, he let it be him. It's fine. Don't worry. Not all of us can be as cool as me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yin's way cooler than I am.
Is there another set? Or was I wrong?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I forgot that was a thing.
This man's done. I was gonna say, this man has done a major, but still forgets that interviews exist after the end of events. I haven't, but don't worry, folks. I've got you covered. We'll bring it to you right after this break.
Only the best. Alrighty, we are joined by none other than Endure, the beautiful Ike tonight. Good gracious, putting up a masterclass in how to tear it up on the sticks. Let me tell you, how you feeling tonight, Endure?
Feeling really good, especially on play.
Hey, I feel you. You know what? I'm glad that I'm not the only one sleepy out of my wits. You know, me and you sharing a little bit of a time zone out here on Mountain Time.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Ike. I just want to know real fast, what drew you into that character?
To Ike, I am a Fire Emblem fan, actually. I played Ike's game for my first Fire Emblem. So early into Ultimate, when MK Leo started winning tournaments with him, I was like, well, this character's good, I have to play him. And then he wasn't, but I played him anyway.
Just fell in love with the big, beefy sword man, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I guess from me, You know, I'm gonna ask you, you know, what's the you know, I know every school's a little different, but what does it look like to be a Smash player at CU? Do you guys have a big scene? Do you have a small scene? I know there's a lot of casual play in all around the school, especially in, like, I know in the fraternities. Actually, a little disclosure, both my brothers are in the same fraternity at CU. So
How about that?
I don't know. I'm not a fraternity person, but if you know anyone in AE Pi, you probably know my brothers.
I can't say I do, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
in
gonna say,
terms
but
of-
yeah, what's the scene look like at your school? And, you know, do you think it's a benefit or a detriment to really being able to practice and move on, you know, in terms of improving your gameplay?
Yeah, so at CU, I actually run one of the largest tournaments in the state.
Awesome.
Every week we're seeing like 35 to 50 about people coming out to the weekly. I think it's a real boon to our players to be able to have that level of competition every week. You know, being able to just show up to something that's like 5 minutes away and play a ton of Smash Bros. It's very helpful to them.
So, Endure, as someone who has ran tournaments myself, while, you know, having to juggle all the other stuff in life, you know, I'm sure as a college student, how do you juggle that stress, my man? How do you do it?
Yeah, so that's actually not the end of it, because I tiered 2 tournaments as well as running This is the Captain and being a full-time student. But, you know, I just have a lot of passion for this game. I've always loved Smash. I've gone to tournaments since I was in high school, played it since I was, you know, able to pick up a controller. So it's just something I'm willing to put a lot of work into.
Hell yeah. So I guess one other question, right? How do you feel what is the opportunity, right, both to play for your school in EGF mean to you, but also, you know, how do you feel about it being online? Obviously it's a necessity, but, you know, Smash's netcode not necessarily known as the best thing. Anything, you know, you particularly in, you know, both what does it mean to you, but also is there anything you really like or want to see change in the format of the tournament moving forward, whether it's, you know, being able to maybe adjust that latency or something else?
You know, I really like the opportunity to compete in EGF. I'll say that up front. And I actually really like the format here, too. Having players play in best-of-3 sets is very reminiscent of a tournament setting. I think you end up seeing a lot better play out of players when they're playing in sort of a more familiar environment than a normal crew battle. Online is what it is, right? It's hard to transition, I think, from mostly being offline players, like a lot of the CU Boulder players are, to that online play where there's a lot more latency. It's hard to react to things, but you know, I think we're happy to have the opportunity nonetheless. It is, you know, fun to play against other schools, and we understand that it just has to be online for now.
Mm-hmm. That makes total sense. I guess before we go, you know, thank you so much for joining us here today. But before we go, anybody or anything you want to shout out, you know, whether it's a player, whether it's an event, whether it's your team, you know, people from home, anything like that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shout out Mediocre this week. You guys saw him on the Crom there at set 5. He's doing an excellent job. Also just want to shout him out because he's a huge help with the team. He helps me run one of the weekly practices that we do. You know, wouldn't be able to do all this without his help. So shout out to Mediocre.
Yeah, and I mean, he really cleaned it up as that set went on. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Before, I think that's gonna be it for us here. You know, in terms of the interview with you, thank you so much for joining us. And enjoy the week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
See ya.
Alrighty, Ritual. Well, bit of a tough set for not only our first competitors in UConn, but then also University of Idaho showed a good start, but then University of Colorado, you know, they just cleaned that right up.
Absolutely. But speaking of cleaning it up, I believe that is it for us here tonight on EGF number 3. Before we go, you know, I'm Ritual. You can find me on Twitter at RitualSSB, and you can find Yin over at Yin_light. Check him out either there or in a couple of weeks at a certain tournament named Major Upset, where he's going to be on the mic. That being said, you can catch me this Saturday at Mash Harder 5 in Boston. You can find that on twitch.tv/Collision Series TV. Yet anything else you want to add?
2 weeks before Major Upset, I'll be at Daddy's Den.
Let's go. But until next time, folks, see ya.